Aaron's gonna be rather confused, going, worship a god who makes soup.
It's very difficult for me to be honest.
God of soup.
Situations because I put myself on.
Hey, Zeno.
How's it going?
That.
What a mood.
Yeah, the fact of the matter is, it actually serves a double meaning. Zeno already knows the first one, and the second one is because up until about 15 minutes ago, I was actually asleep.
Oh, you were asleep up until just a moment ago?
Up until 15 minutes ago.
Well, all right. I hope you're awake now.
Yeah.
All right. So is everybody ready to jump in? I am stoked.
Slick is not here yet, though he should be, because he's a nerd.
Well, I messaged him, so he hasn't replied, so odds are he's probably what I was doing.
We should be fine.
It'll give me a moment to find the entrance, because for some reason I can't find the establishing shot of this place. I appear to have entirely lost it. I'll have to find it again.
Epic.
Yeah, my character. Yeah, like I said, the starting party is gonna be a little lizard, Skeksy's boring cousin, and one that looks like an actual adventurer, typical adventurer.
Well, you say that, but that's just how he looks. You remember Ruffles.
Yeah, I know. This is first sight from Theron, who's okay. I will say this now. He's sleeping off a hangover.
Alrighty then.
Okay. Well, I'm just going to assume that anybody who wants to play is going to jump in a few moments, but I found an adequate picture of the entrance. There we go. So, you are all at Arghan Div's Casino, a renowned djinn. He is known across the multiverse as throwing the best parties, having the best casinos. His bars are always filled with the best drinks. Anyone who is anyone in any universe goes to this casino. People will save up their entire lives just to blow it all at this casino. So, this is the entrance. Now, who's already inside and who's just getting here?
I'd say Theron's is in the hotel, just snoring.
So you're in your hotel room?
Yeah, he doesn't know he's in his hotel room. He thinks he's still at the tavern.
Fair enough.
Ruffles is adamantly yelling at the usher of the casino.
He's got a very stoic face on him. His hands are behind his back, and he's just kind of taking the abuse silently. Just kind of like, is there anything else I can do for you? By the way, is Ruffles the character of Boy or Girl?
Boy, I keep telling you this. For like half of Cleric, you were just saying, she.
Yes, sir. I'll do whatever I can to accommodate you. Is there anything else I can do for you?
Ruffles adamantly points at an empty wooden bowl, requesting soup to be put in it.
Right away, sir. and he just sort of like turns on a dime and just sort of quickly walks away. Grank, what is your character doing?
Grank is simultaneously being led out of the casino by an usher, but at the same time, this guy in a suit keeps coming over and says, "No, he is not an animal. He is here on our master's behalf. Okay, just let him in." And Grank's just sitting there, just like, "Grank, want meat? Grank, want meat?"
Are you sure this creature is tame? That's the bodyguard trying to throw you out. He's like, are you sure this creature is tame? Has it had its shots?
Again, it is not a creature. He is a kobold that I'm not sure what happened to him. Just look. I have the contract here. He's gonna hand over the contract that Grank ended up signing, and he'll say, "This is proof enough that it is at least a humanoid."
You'll see him pull out a black light and check the to make sure it's an authentic document. Are you handing him an authentic document?
The guy in the suit will hand him the authentic document.
Okay. You're like, well, it looks authentic enough. Get in there and don't cause any trouble. People pay good money to be here, and I don't want you biting anyone.
Grank will, I'll just look up and just like smile at him before scurrying right on in.
All right.
Yeah, as soon as you added me, see, I'm psychic.
All right, Slick. So, are you in the casino, or are you just arriving at the front doors?
I'd say he's just. Did you hear me, or am I lagging?
You cut out for a bit.
Let me use my hotspot so we don't have to. So I actually can be here. So give me like a sec. Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So I said I would think Sling Shack is just around.
Are you inside or outside the casino right now?
Outside.
All right. So, if you're outside walking in, you'd be greeted by the casino's hostess. Good evening, sir. Is there anything I can do for you? And before we continue, may I see your ticket?
Do I have a ticket?
Yes, you have. You all have tickets to be here.
Okay, great. Yeah. The name's Sling Shack, and here's my.
She'll shine the ticket under a UV light and be like, "Well, it looks authentic enough. Enjoy your stay, sir. There's the casino first, and then the bar is beyond that. Oh, and look out for any kitties. We do have an indoor pool."
Oh, lovely. Oh, and he's gonna walk.
All right. So as you all wander around, there's maps everywhere giving you the layout at the first floor. So there's like the whole building itself is 100 feet wide. There's a 30-foot deep entrance, then a 100-foot deep gambling hall. It's like a Crazy Jack's Hall of Slots is what's on the first floor. Then there's a massive indoor pool, Stacy's Steakhouse, Moo Moo's Titty Bar, and Melissa's Brothel.
Did I hear Momo's titty?
Yes, you did.
Yeah, Sling Shack is heading there.
Okay. Theron, you wake up, the noise of the casino of someone who just won a jackpot shakes the entire building and throws you out of your bed.
Ah! What happened last night? Uh, I had a. Becky opens his eyes and he sees the strange room. Where am I? How did I get here?
As
I
you
swear
sorry, go ahead.
I swear I fell asleep and this thing I remember I was given a rather strong drink by a fire ganassi. What the heck? At a tavern that smelled faintly of cheese. Why am I here?
Thurn, as you pat your pockets for your wallet, you realize that you have been pickpocketed. You think that fire ganassi you ran into stole your wallet.
Ah, son of a.
I would like everyone except for Theron to roll 5 D100s plus 100 to see how much gold you have on your person.
Going off of Grank's backstory, should I roll?
Remind me again who sent you to the casino, because they probably would have given you just enough gold to warrant you being in a casino.
I never gave him a name, but it was the person that healed Grank's human.
Let me take a quick look.
AKA the man in the suit.
So before you left, the devil would have given you just enough gold to warrant you being, just in case security ever wondered why you were here. You can show off the gold and be like, no, I'm here to gamble. So add 25 gold pieces to your inventory. Everyone else can roll.
I rolled.
Okay, so
I also rolled.
So Theron has 0, Grank has 25 GP, Ruffles has 370, and Slickjack has 411. So as you walk around the establishment, you see that there are multiple slots available on this floor. You can roll for scrolls, roll for tiny pets, roll for wondrous items, or magic items.
Did you say pet? Did I hear? Yes. He's not a gambler, so he's just gonna go to the tiny pets one and use it once. Hopefully, once.
All right. So it takes 50 gold to get a random tiny pet. So are you going to deposit money?
Yeah.
So you see 3 of those little icons rolling across the screen, and the chung chung chung, and it spits out a raccoon. You're going to use Badger stats, but it is a pet raccoon.
Yes. He's just gonna pat it on the head and just put it on his back, on his.
Add a badger to your inventory. I believe it's in extras. Does anyone else want to roll in a slot machine?
Ruffles eyes all the slot machines and rolls once on the scroll.
Absolutely. All right, so you get a scroll that's written in Sylvan, but as you attune to the scroll, its words jumble around, and it reveals itself to be a scroll that hits one target within 20 feet. They must make a DC 10 Dex save, or take 1d4 psychic damage. Yeah, as you look at, as you compare the little icons that you got across the bottom to the scroll you've got, you're fairly certain you've gotten the weakest possible scroll this machine is capable of spitting out.
Ruffles will eat the scroll.
Go for it. The raccoon's name is Badger. Okay, Slickjack. Grink, you do have 50 gold, so you can roll in a scroll slot or a tiny pet slot. If you want to.
Who gets to? I didn't hear you.
Grink, you have 25 gold pieces, I believe, so you can roll in the scroll slot if you want to, or you can keep it for later.
The moment he smells any sort of meat, he's heading straight there, running on all fours.
Oh no, the tiny pet.
So you smell two sources of meat. You smell a raccoon that smells particularly tasty, and then you can also smell food coming from the steakhouse and the titty bar.
He's going straight for the steakhouse.
All right. So as you go into the steakhouse, this is a carnival of meat. Everything here looks and smells amazing, and on one of the you can see soups, steaks, burgers, anything your heart could possibly desire.
And apparently spleen.
Grank will search for the nearest source of raw meat.
The nearest source of raw beef is behind the beef stir-fry aisle. You can see a chef in an obnoxiously large chef hat handing a tiefling out this massive 3-pound plate of mixed beef, and there's several, probably about 100 pounds of raw beef behind the counter.
I would like to sneak over towards the 100 pounds of raw beef and start eating it.
Make a stealth check to get behind the chef. He looks very distracted. Oh, yeah. You eat your fill of raw beef and nobody notices as you melt into the shadows like a proper ninja. His passive was 10, so you've probably got a solid 2 minutes before he even notices his meat is gone.
He's not going to stop until he's eaten so much he feels like he's about to burst.
And you do so. Theron, the casino is so loud and you are so hungover that every bump and thump of the speakers throbs your head.
Oh, jeez, please, don't roar. Oh, God damn it. Okay. I should have tied a string, at least tied a string to my damn pouch. I pat all over my person to make sure everything else is still there.
She left. Everything else aside from the gold is still there. Looks like whoever you ran into was just interested in the money.
Okay. He opens his eyes, his bloodshot eyes. At least I don't. At least I. And he picks up his tin cup and he caresses it a bit before putting it back.
All right. So where are you going to head to? You have a steakhouse, a titty bar, a pool, casino. Where are you headed?
Well, first he's heading out of the hotel room, so yeah.
The hotel room leads directly into the indoor pool, and you can see that there's about a couple dozen children running and screaming and going down the spiral slide, and you can see the lifeguard, a Triton female, has fallen asleep at her post.
Yeah, he would be all sorts of, but the loud noise is just too much for him, and he just throws up near the lifeguard booth.
You're gonna throw up next to the lifeguard booth?
Yep.
A 10-year-old boy was doing a running charge for a cannonball. He slips in the vomit and slides back first into the pool.
He's gonna. Sorry.
You
So
see him
loud.
slowly sink to the bottom, and the lifeguard is still asleep.
He's
He goes. Oh, jeez. He takes off. He takes off his weapons, and and loot, and dives in to go get the kid.
I want you to make a DC 5 acrobatics or athletics check. You can pretty much only fail with a nat 1, I believe, based on your bonuses.
Does he roll at disadvantage because he's hungover?
Yes.
yes. Good job, Greg. No, he succeeded. Sorry.
So as you take off your equipment,
What a
as you take off all of your equipment, you kind of just fall into the pool in a drunken stupor. And despite it being the least graceful dive of your life, the pool is only 5 feet deep, and you are taller than the pool. So you kind of just pick up the kid and set him aside.
All right, I'm gonna do a medicine check to see if he's breathing.
Absolutely. He looks like he's pretending to be dying, because he thinks it'd be funny, but you can see him cracking a smile while pretending to be dead.
I'm too hungover for this. He slaps the kid's face.
Ow!
It's not polite to pretend to be drowning. I'm sorry you slipped on that, but no. None of that. Shame on you.
Mom, he hit me! And he's gonna go whine and complain about it to his extremely obese mother, who was not watching him at all.
Alright. He climbs out of the pool. He gets his equipment back on. And he goes over to the lifeguard and he flicks her in the nose.
What?
You almost let a kid drown.
Nah, he'll be fine. He's a fat boy. He'd float.
Whatever. I'm gonna go see if I can find some. Let's see if I can find a way to get some something to cure for this frickin' hangover.
Well, you think you can either get some hair of the dog at the titty bar, or get some really salty food at the steakhouse.
Neither of those sound appetizing to him, so he's just gonna cast Lesser Restoration on himself.
You're such a pussy. You're no fun.
Your hangover cures itself magically, but what room do you want to be in within the casino?
He'll be heading to the main hall, main area, still wondering how he got here.
Okay, so Grank is in the steakhouse, Slickjack is in the titty bar, Theron is in the main hall. Ruffles, where's your character?
Ruffles is searching around for an area of either soup or drink.
You can find both at the steakhouse, but the best drinks are at the titty bar.
I shall go to the bar then.
All right. You meet a very large, busty cowfolk waitress, who offers you a glass of warm milk.
I shall happily accept it.
She will take off her top and grab a glass.
Ruffles looks away in shame.
She gives you about a half a quart of warm cow's milk, ready to go.
Ruffles shudders for a second, then he puts it into his bag.
Okay. She'd be like, "Does anybody else want any milk?"
Me.
She'll wander over to you and take off her top and pull out a glass.
Oh, Slick Jack looking, he's not.
No touching, that's extra. Right. So as you all wander about the casino for a bit, each one of you appears to be in a completely different room. So you're forced to rely on the loudspeakers when the event happens. Theron, you're the only one who sees it firsthand. You can see an illusory image of the owner of the casino appear in front of the crowd and speak to everyone. You hear him go, "Is this thing on? All right. Can I have everyone's attention, please? This is your host, Arghan Div, the one, the only Djinn of the gamblers. Now, I hope you've been enjoying my casino, but the problem is I haven't enjoyed watching you. I'm bored. Let's spice things up with a little game, shall we? I've transformed every year you have left on this earth into soul coins. Everyone check their pockets."
Ruffles checks his sack.
He's wondering where he's going to put the coins since he doesn't have a coin purse.
They just sort of appear in your pocket, and I believe all of you chose a race that lives longer than 100 years except for the kobold.
And me.
Ruffles, how old are you, and how old do Kenku live?
Ruffles is 15, and they live for 60 to 70 years.
Okay, so that you would have 55 soul coins. Grank, how old do kobolds live, and how old are you?
Kobolds can surprisingly live up to 120 years old, and I am 30, so that means I would have 9.
Sounds good. All right, Slickjack, you're an Air-Ganassi. How old do they live? Do they live, like, indefinitely?
No, they live until, I'm pretty sure, let me.
If I remember Genasi right, they just live as long as humans, maybe a few years extra.
All right, and then how old is your character, Slickjack?
Oh, they live, on the average, is 75 to 80. They live 20 to 40 more years than humans.
So they
23.
So if you live until you're 80 and you're currently 23, so you had 57 soul coins.
Okay.
All right, and then Theron, you're an elf, and I'm pretty sure they live for hundreds of years.
He's a half elf. They can live up to 180 years, and he's 43.
Okay, so you are the only one who gets capped at 100 coins. All right. Now the Arghan Div will continue. Some of you may have noticed that you only have 100 coins in your pocket. This is because I have decided that since some races have too much of an advantage, they just live and live and live. Ugh, it's gross. So I shaved off a few years from the older races. Some of you may notice you have a few hundred years shaved off of your lifespans. The cap is set at 100, so anyone has at most 100 soul coins. My apologies to the sick and elderly left with only a couple of coins. And he points and mocks at and a group of elderly humans in their like 80s and 90s, and they're looking at their like 1 or 2 coins each.
Aaron just goes, heck, he's holding up one of the soul coins.
As you look at the soul coin, you notice it looks almost exactly like an ordinary platinum coin, except it's got SC written on it on one side, and it's got Arghan Div's face in a mocking smile on the other side.
Heck, Theron goes, I feel personally attacked here. Heck, I don't even know how I got here.
I do have a question real quick though. Where would my soul coins appear? Because like the only thing that Grank is wearing currently is just like something just to cover up the giblets.
Breach clout.
You notice that there's a leather sack tied to your loincloth that manifests at your waist.
After I'm done eating the meat, I'm just going to go try and find something to drink. And in the meantime, I'm just mindlessly nibbling on the sack.
Fair enough. All right. So, Arghan Div, sorry, what? What'd you say, Slick?
Okay, so I stopped lagging. I said, surprised about what's happening. He's gonna yell, if I earn them, does that increase my...
If you do what now?
He's shouting to make the guy hear him. If he earns more soul coins, does that increase his lifespan?
Look at the Ganassi in the back who's paying attention. Yes! Whatever number of soul coins you leave with is your remaining lifespan, regardless of what your normal lifespan is. So, humans, elderly, becoming millionaires, and he points at one of the old people in the crowd. You've got 1 year left. I hope the slots are smiling on you tonight. You could leave here nearly immortal.
Yeah, Theron goes, Theron yells out, I feel personally attacked here. How did I get here?
If you feel personally attacked, that's because you were.
Ruffles raises his hand.
You, the fluffy one in the back.
Through a series of sounds and charades, Ruffles is trying to ask if he gives like all of his soul coins away, like he has 0 left, what would happen?
You die! So don't lose those coins. They stay on your person at all times. If you forget them in the bathroom and move 30 feet away from them, you drop dead!
Yeah, Theron's gonna pull out. He's gonna make a string and on from his belt, and he's gonna tie it tightly around around the new coin purse.
All right, so from now on, you will literally gamble for your lives. If you go bankrupt, you die. If you can make it to the roof and escape, your remaining soul coins becomes your remaining lifespan. Now, if any of you decide not to play along and just try to hide it out and wait till someone makes it to the roof, well, you'll be pleased to know, depending on what pleases you, I suppose, that Gambler's Beast will be roaming the halls, picking off the lazy and the fat and the non-participants.
Ruffles is going to put his hands on his hips and walk over to the slots and wonder about what to get, because if he dies, he's not going to need any of his gold. So,
as you walk up to all the slots that used to accept gold, you show they have all been instantly converted to exclusively accept soul coins. And you see Div lean into his microphone and go, May the goddess of luck be on your side, because I will not be! And he snaps out of existence.
I'm going to punch the slot machine.
As you punch the slot machine and dent it, you see it magically heals within seconds.
Theron goes, geez, I should have. Man, I shouldn't have taken that drink. Why do I have to say? Why can't I say no to a pretty face?
Oh, by the way, Zeno, I have an out of character question. In your thing, it said all magic has a 25% chance to go wild. Does this mean literally all magic, like cantrips and everything?
I believe it's exclusively for cells that require spell slots. I think if it applied to cantrips, that would make it a huge pain in the ass.
Yeah. I just wanted to ask to make sure because it just said all magic. So.
And didn't Theron cast a lesser
Like
restoration?
the lesser restoration.
Oh crap! I forgot all about.
Oh, Theron, are you wild magic?
No, do I have wild magic?
He's a bard.
Okay.
Yeah.
Honestly, that would be sick. Just like a college of wild magic.
Well, no, my character's a college of lore, and yeah, I still find it funny that the fact that that they learn magic. One of the ways to describe how they learn magic. I was just insulting a goblin that just died, and that was the weirdest thing. But anyway, jeez, and he ends up seeing the receptionist and go, "Well, hello."
So, as soon as Arghan Div stops speaking, everybody kind of looks at each other. There's this moment of painfully awkward silence, and everybody loses their shit. You see people screaming, running in circles. You know, the strong are beating the shit out of the weak, going, "Give me your soul coins! Give me your coins!" And you hear Arghan
Try
Div...
to protect the weaks.
Hold on. And as he does, he goes, those coins must be given up willingly, and they fade away when you die.
Yeah. God. Theron's weaving himself out of the crowd, trying to get to the receptionist because he saw a pretty face.
The receptionist is in her little in the entrance, and you show that the doors have been sealed shut with this massive wall of stone, but she does not seem to mind. In fact, she seems to be enjoying it, and she just sort of waves her fingers at you delicately.
Hello, my name's Theron.
Well, hey, handsome, how can I help you?
Well, well, I would say your number, but the fact of the matter is, and I already, I don't really need it since I'm right here.
I'm sorry, one more time.
Well, I was initially going to ask for your number, but you're right here, so why would I ask for such a thing?
Well, aren't you forward? Maybe you should try reverse.
What?
You're a little forward, maybe you should try reverse. And she'll wiggle her finger, and you'll see the floor sort of forces you backwards.
Ah! Oh, I like a woman. It's hard to get. Oh, but he decides to clean his brush off. The fact of the matter is, he had a little bit of vomit in front of his mouth, so I probably not turned off. So he walks out, turns around, and he heads back through. And yeah.
All right. So it is absolute pandemonium. All of the staff are very calm and reserved, and they seem to have this almost magical ability to just hop out of the way before something painful and deadly comes flying past their faces. And the same dead-faced bouncer from earlier still has the same bored, dead-faced expression.
Probably at this point, Grank has made his way to like the closest bar to where the meat place was, and he's just gonna like hop up on a stool, and, like set down a gold piece, and just wait expectingly.
As you set down a gold piece, people, one of the people in the crowd looks at you and like, "Didn't you hear? It's all about the soul coins."
I'm just gonna look at him and bare my teeth and growl at him.
Make an intimidation check, I guess. He growls back at you, mocking your growl. Growl! Dork!
I'm just gonna stick my tongue out at him.
Ruffles does a big thunk. He's going to try to use his Artisan's Blessing Channel Divinity to create more soul coins.
As you try to make the soul coins, you notice they come out as wooden. And you can hear whispered into your ear,
Ruffles shrugs, pockets the wood coins, and then it goes to where Grink is.
Jack is still with his offer. Any weakling who's willing to fight Jack is gonna fight.
Oh yeah, I did say that I accepted your duel, so let's fight.
Yeah, and he's gonna find the nearest place where he can stand up on, like say a table or a. And he pulls out his lute, and he starts playing to try and calm down the crowd.
As you stand up on a table, you see there's a bugbear in the distance who hurls a table across the room. I'd like you to make a dex save or get whacked in the head with the table. All right. So the table comes at like foot level. You jump in the air, kick it like you just flip kicked a skateboard, and you're now standing on a table stacked on top of another table and start playing your lute. I'd like you to make a performance check with advantage. Because that slick trick got some attention. It doesn't calm down everyone in the casino, but the people in your immediate area seem to calm down and look at you.
Yeah, he's playing King of the Undertow.
Nice.
Which is rather weird since he doesn't have an accordion.
You don't have the instrument, but you do play the tune, and people start to calm down. Parents and children push their way to the front, and the children seem to be the most entertained. You've sort of
Don't punch a kid. Don't punch a kid.
All children have the most soul coins.
So, as you're playing your song, you see that by attracting all the children, you've gotten them closer to you and farther away from the chaos, indirectly protecting them from the violence going on around you.
Do you want to know what I said?
So what did you say?
I'll tell you what I said. I'm going to burn the king inside out. And, and finishing the song, he goes, all right. He goes, all right, young ones. Stay here. We'll make sure you won't be hurt. So
you appear to have attracted most of the the young, the old, the disabled, people who are, not interested in fighting to the death over a couple of coins. So you've kind of got your own little unofficial posse at the moment, and they look like they're looking to you for guidance. Now, Ruffles and Slickjack, I believe you mentioned that you two wanted to beat the shit out of each other. If you want to, you certainly
yeah.
can.
Yes, but Slake Jack is about to set the rules. He's not gonna fight an unfair fight. No weapons, obviously, no need to say it. No armor, no shields, hand to hand combat.
Ruffles will disagree to this.
Exactly. Slake Jack is still open for anyone to beat the shit out of them for some soul coin offers. He's probably gonna go take some chill.
As you're loudly boasting into the crowd, a bugbear gently lays his morning star on your shoulder and says, "If you're looking for a fight, you found it."
Hand to hand combat, my friend. Or if you want to do this the hard way, I can always use my great.
See, here's the problem with that is, I really like this weapon. And he digs the spikes of the morning star into your shoulder, and he pulls out a small child, and he's like, "I can kill a lot of children before you stop me, but I'd much rather, win the coins the old-fashioned way, since they seem to dissolve every time I bash in a child. So what do you say? We'll fight to unconsciousness or surrender."
Sounds good to me.
He will hold out his morning star and clear out like a 15-foot radius circle around them, and he'll sort of thump his morning star on the ground and go, "I'll even let you get in the first hit."
Oh, okay. So no need. Uh, can I just attack?
Yep, he's leaving his chin
That
open for
means
you
I
to hit him.
attack.
So as you with your first swing of your greatsword, it just sort of bounces off of the rings of his chainmail. But you spin around, you cock your arm back, and you thrust with the greatsword, holding onto the blade to stop it from flexing, and you pierce him in the gut for 10 damage.
Slick Jack is about to do the old barbarian thing and raid.
Alright, does that end your turn?
Did you forget what kind of barbarian I am?
Sorry, what? You're super robotic. I'm having trouble hearing you.
So I'm a wild soul barbarian. I rolled a 1d8 to see what would happen. This is the effect that happens. Let me. For spirits, they're gonna go directions that you choose. If they go to him, they go. If they don't, you choose. And he does a saving throw, or you can read it.
Alright, so the spirits, I'm assuming you're going to have them all fly towards the bugbear?
Yes.
Alright, and then if you end your turn, they're going to explode, and he's the only creature within 5 feet, so he has to make a dex save.
2. Because if he fails the first, just because 2 of them. And yeah.
4, roll damage.
He might be able to evade the second one. To be fair.
Sorry, what?
I said he might be able to evade the second one, so
Oh, he has to roll
another.
4 times? Or he has to roll twice?
I would assume.
And Avray's not wanting to do it. Oh, there it goes.
Is that
No.
another 4?
God, crazy. Wow. Okay, great. 31.
Alright, so you show that the Bugbear Chief is a little bit wounded and disoriented. You blasted the hell out of him with that spell. But now it's his turn, and he's gonna raise his Morning Star over his head, and he's just got these big, long bugbear arms, and he's just gonna drop it on your head twice.
Okay. I'm scared. Is he a level 20 something? I'm scared.
The first one is a critical hit. The second one, I'm assuming that misses.
Yeah, 100. Oh,
Alright, so with a critical hit, he deals a total of 30 damage just by dropping his mace on your head, and you can feel the spike tickle your brain.
I thought Morning Stars deal a normal of 1d8 damage.
Brute. A melee weapon deals 1 extra die of damage when the bugbear hits with it, included in the attack.
Okay.
It's because he's a chief!
I still did more damage to him though. Haha.
Alright, he will
Did
end his
one more
turn.
damage. Now that I'm raging and like he just pummeled me with his Morning Star, Slick Jack isn't having any of it and it's about to attack him twice with his uh, great sword.
Go for it. That's a hit. But that does not.
Yeah, so only the first one hits.
Alright, with your
Yeah,
greatsword,
no,
you... So, with your greatsword, you scrape off a big piece of flesh on his chest, and the fur and skin fly off, exposing the muscle, and he is bleeding profusely, but he's still standing.
And well, as he's ending his turn, he's just gonna surrender some coins left, my friend. Can I do an intimidation?
You want to intimidate him? Go for it. He's like, I give! I give!
Take out my hand for the 10 soul coins.
Alright, he will toss you 20 soul coins and make himself scarce.
Okay. Shit.
Slickjack, can you leave the chat and come back? You're super robotic. I can't hear you.
Saying it's. Oh, okay. Let me give me a.
Ruffles does the big thunk and he says, well, if people are trying to, climb the floors, it'd probably be a good idea to get a group of people that are willing to do that. So he writes on a sign and sticks it by where the staircase is, like looking for people to go to the top of the building.
Barry, considering the fact he's still on the two tables, he hops off and he heads to the to that sign.
Alright. So a large quantity of people are just sort of raising far too much chaos to be reached with your words, but the people that Theron has sort of absorbed into a temporary clique will follow your lead if you're going towards the stairs.
Okay, there goes. Yeah, he looks to them. Now the fact, no, I am dreadful. No. So these are basically kids and young people.
the young, the old, and the crippled. So people in wheelchairs, people on crutches, small kids, their grandparents.
Yeah, this kind of sucks because he's trying. Yeah, because the fact of the matter is, he was just trying to keep them from getting hurt. But he goes, no, I must. Now the fact of the matter is, I'm going to seek to beat this dreadful tower, dreadful casino, and hopefully we can all leave. Now I will have to bid you adieu. I am dreadfully sorry.
They look sad, but they don't follow. They just sort of mutter amongst themselves and sort of gather in a ring to protect the children.
That is the best thing to do. Protect the children. They are our future. And he turns around, trying to weave his way through the crowd of surging and swarming bodies.
All right. So as you are all trying to make your way through the chaos, the four of you all meet up in the at the bar. And you sort of just bump into each other and get shoved into each other. It's up to you if you guys have met each other before.
Yeah, Theron has met none of them before, but he's probably going to go for the fact when he bumps into Grank and going, oh, what a good doggy. He pats him on the back. Oh, easy.
I want to
I
pet
didn't
Grank.
know.
I will bite Ruffles.
Go ahead, do it.
I bite Ruffles.
Like, are you just giving a little nibble, or are you making an attack?
I will make an attack.
Make an unarmed strike.
Zeno, I have a.
What's up?
What was the Morning Star type?
Shit that actually hits through my armor.
Because I'm a rate.
I am going to slap the dog back.
You can try.
That one.
It's with the hand that I just bit you on, and you like hit the counter.
Grank, as you miss your backhand, you slap the counter and knock off a handful of drinks. The waiter just gives you a long, suffering sigh and starts sweeping up the glass.
It wasn't me. It was Ruffles.
Ruffles panics for a second, just dropping like 50 gold onto the waiter and then just walking away.
Yeah. God. Now, okay. Theron goes, now I apologize, Kobold, but I didn't mean any disrespect. My name is Theron. What is yours?
Name Grank.
Grank, huh? All right. So, how about we try this our hand in this casino?
Guess so. One. I want drink. Grank one drink.
Theron's going, oh, jeez. He picks Grank up and puts him on a bar stool if there's one.
I was already on one.
To repent for my sins of trying to pet dog, I am going to take out my milk and just slap it in front of Grank.
No like the white stuff.
Ruffles goes off to sulk in the corner with his like half gallon of milk.
Theron's gonna watch the milk and going, where did he get that?
We're in the bar, right?
Yes.
Is the big titty cow around?
Absolutely.
I point at her as I sulk.
Darren turns, like his eyes widen a bit at the size of the boobs, and he goes, "Well, I think it came from you."
Are you thirsty?
Like, well, it would be better to wash the taste of vomit out of my mouth, so why not?
Do you want a drink from the tap?
What?
Nothing, nothing. I'll get a glass.
Oh no, Zeno, no.
Suck straight out of the titty, or do you want a glass?
What the fuck, Zeno? What the actual fuck?
But no,
Be clear what he's asking.
she will grab you a glass of milk.
Clara just watches as she squeezes it. Oh, this is not the. Jeez. Last time I saw this happen, it was with the jeez. Thank you.
Just act like you forgot what's the name of the. It's called Momo Steady Metal.
So as you all make your way towards the stairs to go up a level, you have to cut through the brothel. There's like closed doors with red light coming from underneath the windows, bordering the hallway to the exit. But on your way, you can see 3 refined, stinky crows about the size of your average child, and they appear to be picking strips of flesh from an unconscious child. Yes, this is being
Do I
recorded.
notice these as Kenku?
They are not kenku. They are large crows.
I'm going to eat the crow.
I'm going to go over to the crows thinking that they are Kenku and try to talk to them.
Who said they were going to eat the crows?
Drink.
I did, of course.
Ruffles, as you attempt to speak to them, your kobold friend lunges in for an attack. Go ahead and roll for hit, Grank.
Yum 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 yum.
As you bite into the large crow, it goes, "Ah! Why?"
Nom 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 nom.
I'd like you to make an intimidation check for me. All right, the large fat crows just sort of at you, and they fly away, leaving the mangled body of a child in their wake.
Wait, what?
They were feeding on a child.
No, repeat what you just said.
I said they caw at you, and then they fly away, leaving a mangled body of a child in their wake.
I had them in my mouth. Did that one get away?
Make an athletics check if you're trying to grapple it. Despite not being a particularly strong kobold, you're able to grab it by the wing and pin it to the ground.
I'm gonna eat it.
I'd like you to make an athletics check with disadvantage to eat it while it's still alive.
Glad to see we're establishing cannibal.
It's still alive?
Yeah.
Well, that can't do. I'm going to snap its neck. The crow, of course.
I did say it's a large crow, right? You can't just snap its neck.
A small creature just can't go up and
Like its
crack
size
the
class
neck.
is large. It's larger than 10 feet.
Okay, then I will pull out my quarterstaff and I'll whack it over the head.
Okay. Alright, I'd like everyone to roll for initiative against the giant flying crows, as the crows look back and see that their ally is not being set free.
Truly an advantage that is a joke. Or you gonna do in it to begin the Hatfield bat for Theron and
He did. Oh, looks okay. So you already have one created, so you're gonna have to end it before you can start a new one.
In it, space begin. Well, yeah, the usual thing to restart.
All right.
Alright, is that everybody?
yes, sir.
Alright, Ruffles, you go first. There's one crow that's currently wrestling with Grank, and there's two others flying 10 feet above your head.
Realizing that these are definitely not Kenku because they are flying, Ruffles gets out his big boy and tonks against the one that is getting grappled by Grank.
Okay, roll for it.
Because it's grappled, would I have advantage?
Yes.
I mean, to be fair though, I did kind of let go of it to try and whack it over the head.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
How much damage did you do to it, by the way? I was expecting you guys to let them fly away. So I did not keep track.
I ended up doing 5 points of nom damage to it, and just as a clarification, I did have to let it go to try and whack it over the head.
Alright, Ruffles, can I have you reroll for hit?
All right.
Alright, 23, that's a hit. By the way, anytime I call out a size, that's the actual size category. So if I say small, I'm not saying smaller than normal, it's like size class small, and vice versa. Okay. So that's 16 damage.
Indeed, it is. I'm also going to summon my spiritual weapon to Quatunk,
Alright,
which is a gigantic sausage.
go for it.
17.
That's it.
Deal an extra 4 damage, so 20 total.
And does that end your turn?
Sure does.
Alright, Grank. You're looking at this this large crow-like creature, and you see, despite the pain that you've thrown on it, which would have killed a normal crow, it seems to be at least halfway full on its reserves of strength.
Well, Grank does not like this, so he's going to try and climb up on the crow's back and just start pounding.
All right. Are you trying to like grappling to climb on its back? If so, make an athletics check.
No, he's just climbing on the back.
Okay. Roll for hit.
And I will, if I am able to hit, I will spend a key point to do Flurry of Blows.
All right. So you're attacking the one on the ground that's already wounded, right?
Yes.
Okay. A 10 does not hit.
Good thing I have 2 attacks.
That definitely hit.
Okay, then key point for Flurry of Blows for 2 extra.
Go for it. Hit. Nice. Okay. Let me tally up the damage really quick.
That would be 25 damage, and no, right. Yeah, I can't do. Oh no, I can. So as I hit him the last time, I need him to make a Constitution saving throw because I'm going to try and stunning strike him.
$16.
That will save.
As you attempt to stunning strike this creature, you can just feel that this creature feels off somehow. This is not your average dire crow.
Regardless of if it's an average crow or not, he's going to be eaten.
Fair enough.
But that is my turn.
Slickjack, what you got?
Okay, so he sees his comrades, I assume that's the name, getting attacked by giant birds, and one of them is attempting to eat them. He's gonna eat the little one and attack the one that.
Miss. Hit.
And yeah, I attack the wounded one, and I'm not gonna rage. It's not worth it, and I end my turn.
Theron, your turn.
Theron goes, "Oh God, why? Why?" I guess he's watching the kobold nomming on the giant crow, a large crow. And he looks up to the one flying 5 feet in the air, and he points his index finger like a finger gun, and he fires firebolt at it.
Nice.
New. Now it's gonna have that burning feather smell.
Yeah, Theron, you're so inconsiderate. Like, people have to eat, you know.
And it's
That's a hit.
yeah, going. Why, why, Greg? Why are you eating the crow? And I end my.
Grank with the num num. Grank with the meat.
Alright, so now it's the crow's turn. The wounded one is going to look at the one who just hit it at Theron, Ka, and the other 2 crows are all going to look at you. Their mouths are going to open, and you're going to see eldritch air energy coalesce within their beaks as all 3 of them fire an eldritch blast.
That poor Theron.
Eldritch crows. My favorite.
That's Theron.
Yep, all three of them are
Wait.
firing at Theron.
Do you all wait? I'm just asking right now. Do you all have 52 HP? All three of you?
2 of those miss, 1 hits, and that's oh jeez.
Great.
We all have like D8s as our hit dice, and we all have like a +2.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure literally all of us have the exact same thing.
Yeah, all three of you. Don't you even have con higher than another person or anything?
Yeah, because I'm not a barbarian, whore.
Don't have to be a barbarian to have good constitution.
Alright, Theron, you take 14 force damage as the 2 up top miss, but the one that you damage last blasts you in the face with its Eldritch Blast.
Ah! Yeah. You know, I kind of need this face.
Ka! Ka!
I caw back and I hit it in the face.
That's a hit.
That is allowing damage to the one on the floor.
Alright, what weapon are you using, by the way?
I am using a big boy, my +1 maul.
Alright, so as you raise your maul over your head, you see it caw. It tries to charge another Eldritch Blast at Theron, but you cave its skull in. And as you do, you see the other 2 large crows shrink a couple of inches.
Then my sausage is going to go and hit one of the shrunk ones.
Alright, so you have obliterated the first one, and you're going up against one that's 10 feet above you. Can you reach it?
My sausage can. It's my spiritual weapon.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Oof.
Nope. You splatter a sausage against the wall, its spectral form dispelling into ectoplasm.
Well, shit. That's my turn.
Grank! You have
So-
2 large crows, slightly smaller now, flying over your head.
And they're how tall?
They're
Well, how far away?
They're 10 feet above you.
So, what you're telling me is if I stood on my quarterstaff, I would be just 3 feet under the nearest crow, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
If you want to pull up some ninjutsu shit to get up there if you don't have a ranged attack, just describe to me what you're doing and roll for it. I don't know if you can wall run or pole vault or what you want to do.
At higher levels, monks can run up walls, but I do not have that yet.
So what's your plan here?
Grank is just going to be extremely upset. So he's going to go into the only pouch he really has on him, other than the coin pouch, and he's just going to pull out a dart and just very angrily throw it at one of the crow's wings.
Ooh, are you calling a shot to try and knock it out of the air?
I guess, yes.
Take a -2 circumstance penalty to your roll. Let's see if you can hit it in a nerve on its wing and bring it to the ground.
That'd be 16 to hit.
Let me just double check its armor class, and that is its nope, that is over its armor class. So you deal 6 piercing damage. You hit it right in the bicep, and it falls down, taking 1d6 of bludgeoning damage.
And you want to know it's fun? Now that it... Oof. So now that it is on the ground, I'm going to go up to it. I'm going to start pounding on it, because I get a second.
Go for it.
And I will spend a key point.
Okay, since this fell to the ground, wasn't it prone?
Yes.
Well, that one hits
Yeah, you
anyway,
got it.
so I'll just do advantage on the next one.
Gotcha.
So that's 27, 39 points of damage on my turn.
Alright, with 39 points of damage on this smaller, weaker crow, you obliterate it in a flurry of unarmed strikes.
Of little tiny fists.
And
Frank,
as you
Frank
as
is
you
now like preparing his feast.
as you beat the shit out of the last one, you see the third one gets even smaller. It's now a medium-sized category creature, but still 10 feet above you all.
Grank will spend the rest of his turn preparing his feast.
Slickjack, it's your turn.
Oh, one left, right.
Yep. It's 10 feet above your head.
So yeah, 5 reach. Yeah, with my sword, I'd say I can. I'm just gonna start swinging, with my gray sword, attempting.
Miss. Hit.
Until now, my first attack and all of the attacks have missed. None of them hit.
The 20 hits.
I said the first attack already.
So what do you do next?
Oh, after the mere 8 damage, I do end.
You end your turn? Okay.
Yeah, I'll.
Theron, what do you do?
Theron, he he suddenly decides to pull out his loot and go, you know what? I got. I'm trying to think of a good insult. Here we go. What? You can't find a good garbage heap? I thought crows are supposed to be smart. Vicious mockery.
Caw! Caw! He'll give you his middle feather. So he has to make a whiz save to avoid that? Okay. What's his wisdom? Not good.
He is not a very bright bird.
10. He fails, and you deal 3 damage.
3 psychic damage, and he has disadvantage on the next attack roll.
Alright, does that end your turn?
Yeah, I had my turn.
Now it's the crow's turn. After being horrendously insulted by you, he still does not like you, so he's going to attack you specifically again.
Disadvantage.
It rolls an 8. I don't think it hits.
It does not hit. While he's doing a little jig, he pirouettes out of the way. And what? I thought you were. What? Can't take an insult?
Scared and alone, the crow is going to fly 30 feet away. Still 10 feet above. and end his turn. Ruffles, he's getting away.
Ruffles is having mic problems.
We'll come back to Ruffles when he comes back. But for right now, it's Grink. He's getting away.
How far away is...
He's 10 feet above you and 30 feet farther away from you.
So, what I'm hearing is that he's still within my my darts range.
Yes, he is. Are you going to call your shot?
Yes.
Do it. That's a hit.
That's a... Yeah, here, so that's... And I get a... He will fall to the ground, right?
Yes, he falls to the ground taking 1d6 fall damage. Full
Alright then,
damage.
I'm going to start wailing on him then.
That's a hit.
And I will do a flurry of blows.
Whew.
So that's 7, 14, 21 points of damage.
How do you want to end
27. After Grank, like, gets him in the nerve, he's just going to go up to the bird and just, like, pound his head and just be like, "Let me eat you!" And once he's dead, I'm just going to start munching on the crows.
All right, as you start devouring these crows, they taste absolutely rancid. Like, they taste like they've been rotting for years. But we are out of combat. So while you are eating that, what is everybody else doing? The child is still bleeding and unconscious on the floor.
Theron's going to go over and he's going to cast Cure Wounds on the kid.
As you walk over and you're about to cast Cure Wounds, you notice that the wounds appear to have mysteriously healed on their own. The child looks up at you.
You okay?
I have an ability. It's detect magic. Since I'm a wild barbarian, can I?
Absolutely. Go ahead and detect that magic.
Well, I can't cast it because it's not a. So you can cast detect magic without using a spell slot or components. So, what do I do?
I'm sorry, I did not hear you.
I'll just copy paste.
Why does it sound like you're 30 feet away from your microphone?
People tell me that a lot. It's just my connection gets weird.
Okay. So as you cast Detect Magic, you see this glow, and normally it's a faint glow that outlines the creature, but you see a thick, black, oily glow that extends 15 feet in all directions. You see tendrils of black energy shooting out as this teenage girl stands up and wipes the blood off her face, revealing no wounds.
What school of magic? Assuming necromancy or whatever it's called.
I'd like you to make an Arcana check.
It's supposed to tell me both.
It tells you the school of magic, not their class.
Oh, okay.
So you recognize these tendrils as the arms of Hadar, which you recognize as a warlock spell.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Slip is just gonna grab Theron and just like stay back. I think she.
You see her shoulder is dislocated, and it sort of snaps back into place on its own. And she just looks at you with these peaceful, innocent eyes and does not speak.
Can I inside those peaceful eyes?
She looks scared and confused.
I don't trust them. It's a -2, but I'm still gonna roll my.
Uh,
With a DC 13 insight, she looks like the most innocent human being you've ever seen in your life.
Theron kind of shrugs the Slick Jack's hand off his shoulder. Going, are you all right? There were crows eating on you.
She just sort of stares at you blankly, tilting her head, and you saw that she's wearing a what appears to be a medical bracelet.
All right, I gently he says, may I see your wrist real quick?
She sort of just stares blankly at you and doesn't respond.
All right, there's I gently basically trying to display that he's not trying to hurt her. He reaches over and reaches over to her wrist and picks up and lifts it up so you can take a closer look at her medical bracelet.
As he's that, I'm gonna like rip the arm off of one of the crows, and I'm just going to give it to her.
And Slekjak would like to ask the normal question: how did you heal?
All right, who said they were going to hand her what was someone handing her?
How do you think?
Grank is going to rip off the arm of one of the crows, and then is going to give it to the girl.
You're going to see tendrils spring out and grab the crow, and she's going to open her mouth inhumanly wide, dislocating it like a snake and devouring it, feathers and all.
Whoa!
No.
He basically does a kung fu stance, or at least what he thinks is a kung fu stance.
Grank is just going to like pat her head and hug her.
She's going to smile and look up at you with the most innocent eyes you've ever seen.
Okay. How? Explanation.
As Theron points to her medical bracelet, you see it says, Charlotte, 14 years old, schizophrenic, keep medicated.
I'm sure if you're schizophrenic, that doesn't mean tentacle. I roll a medicine check to see if you're schizophrenic. That means tentacles come out of you.
You know, you're pretty sure you read in a medical textbook that all schizophrenics have giant black tentacles that sprout out of them. I'm pretty sure that's science.
Like, guys, I think we should be nice to her. She's a
Okay.
tentacles come out.
Okay, so Grank's surprisingly smarter than how he looks and how he acts. Can he make a medicine check to see why black tentacles came out of her?
Yes.
Imagine having a plus to your intelligence. Hashtag.
Okay, Theron's gonna. Okay, he's gonna, after calming down a bit, going. So, Charlotte, What's the kind of medication that you need to take?
So, with a 19 medicine check, you can tell that she has a severe mental disability that has nothing to do with the magical powers you're seeing her exhibiting. And Theron, what did you say?
He was asking politely what kind of medication she takes.
She points at a shattered pill bottle on the ground, covered in mud and talon marks.
All right, he's gonna go over to see if he can try and get the pills out, or at least see if he can find if there's any that are still there.
A handful of them are still intact, but they're covered in mud and blood and other grossness. They're not edible.
So Grank is going to pick up one of the pills that aren't suitable for her, and he's just gonna like look at it, wiggle it back and forth, and then he's just gonna shove it straight into his mouth.
But Theron is actually going to cast prestidigitation on the pills to clean them up.
Okay, you do so. Grank, I'm going to need you to make a Constitution saving throw for me.
Just to let y'all know, every time that you guys talk, there's a buzzing sound in my headphones. I'm trying to listen to this, but I just can't. I'll listen to the live stream or the video. See ya.
All right.
See ya.
Okay.
All right.
It's the almighty three on.
So, your mouth gets dry, you feel dizzy, your head hurts, and you feel drowsy. And in fact, the drowsiness almost completely takes you over. You can feel your veins pulsate with high blood pressure. As it's like your entire body is constricting itself, but you're able to power through it and sort of shake off the negative effects. You don't know what it is exactly, but it's definitely a powerful sedative.
Grank is just gonna shake his head for a moment, shrug, then start eating the crow he was eating.
Slickjack would like to do a medicine check since he clearly read before that schizophrenic have tentacles. You wanna attempt and see what this
You want to do a medicine check for what now?
to check what kind of medicine this
All right, go ahead and roll it.
does. Man.
Aspirin? I don't know.
Oh, aspirin. Isn't that the thing that lets you be painless? Yeah, I'll take some. And he puts some in.
Theron
Make a
slaps his
con-
hand.
Make a con save, Slickjack.
I never said I'll eat them, but sure.
They were in Theron's hand. He was going to slap his hand away.
I did roll.
You feel the same symptoms wash over you: the dizziness, the dry mouth, the nausea, the headache. But you're just far too strong for prescription grade medication to work, Slickjack. Air Ganassi have different biology, so it just doesn't take hold.
Jeez.
Oh, I thought this was aspirin. He's just gonna throw them. Actually, he's gonna give them to Theron.
They were. You only took one pill. They were loose.
I don't care. I look tasty.
They're going. Oh, jeez. Am I the only intelligent one here? I put them in my pack. I find a compartment to put them in and put them in there. And he holds out his hand for Charlotte. Come on, we'll see if we can find who you came with.
She's just going to gingerly hold out her hand, almost as if she's scared you're going to slap it.
He gently takes her hand and going, come on. He tries to be as reassuring as he can.
She seems to have like an implicit trust, but it's extremely limited. She basically has no other options at this point. She's going to grab a backpack on the ground, throw it over her shoulders, and follow you, holding your hand.
All right, let's go. He's smiling, and he actually starts humming a tune to keep her calm.
All right. As you get past the brothel, there's only one more small room before the exit, and it's a room full of more slots.
Full of what?
You see another room full of slots.
Yeah, I guess. Okay, we're gonna see if see what we need to go before we can get up to the next floor. Come on, come on, Charlotte. He's still gently holding her hand, like kind of like a your typical adult when they see a scared, lost child.
All right. So you all see these slots. One of them dispenses longswords. The other one dispenses honey, and or bees. Does anyone put any soul coins into the slot machines?
No, why?
There's just Crazy Jack slot of longswords just has a 1 in 6 chance of summoning 10 swarms of hostile bees. Why wouldn't you put money in it? You could get a longsword.
I just love that.
Can I do the longsword one?
Absolutely. It's going to cost you 15 soul coins.
That means I have 75 left.
All right. So you're rolling them in the slot of longswords. Roll 3d6. If you get a matching set, you win the prize. So,
oh, right. No, this... Okay.
Flame tongue, +3. No prize.
Do I get bees instead?
Nope, that's only if you roll 3 ones.
I get upset because it gives me nothing to eat.
So you just spent 15 years of your life and got nothing.
Hey, at least he didn't work in business.
You remember Jeff telling you once, the house always wins.
Grank is just going to go, yeah, Mal has always been, meh.
All right. As you see other people playing the slots, you see that as the little wheels are spinning, you see ogre, and you see one person double over and grab his side as he starts to turn green. Another one, ogre, and a third one, ogre, ding, you're a winner! And they all start falling to the ground and writhing in agony.
Are there any of these close to me?
Are there any bees close to you?
No, are any of these slot machines close to me?
Yeah, they're about 3 people about 15 feet away who have fallen to the ground and are turning green and getting big.
Yeah, Saren's is gonna go. Ike is gonna say, "Slick check, grab Grank. We're going."
Before he can grab me, I'm going to look for a pouch that might hold his soul coins.
A pouch that might hold your soul coins, because that's on your head.
No, that might hold one of these people that are turning into ogres.
So you remember being told in advance that you have to willingly give up the soul coins, or it does not count.
Yeah,
Yes,
he told
yes.
you.
Yeah, yes, no. Grank does know that. He has a 13 intelligence. He's smarter than the
I
average.
know what you're doing. Yes,
person.
you do see that they all have convenient exposed coin purses.
Grank is going to grab all three of them and start running away.
You know what? Not only am I going to say that works, I'm also going to give you inspiration, because for some reason I didn't think of that. As you move 30 feet away and you see these three people grow into these massive ogres who start, scooping up random civilians to eat, they all have a heart attack and die.
Oh my god, he's smart.
You see the coins turn to ash because you did not win them fair and square, but you have slain 3 ogres.
I'm just going to look at the elf and at the air genasi, and I'm just going to stick my tongue out at them and just say, Grank's smarter than Grank's smart. You know, like Grank. Grank is...
Theron just says, yeah, but the fact of the matter is, I'm also dealing with a girl that's, yeah, who's not right in the head. So,
Hey, you be nice. You be nice to girl. Girl is good, and he's going to go back over to the girl and pat her on the head.
you're gonna jump up and pat her on the head
and smile.
I'm going to smile back at her.
Old toothy grin.
Stick Jack is just still surprised by the condition she has that lets her have tentacles.
You keep fading in and out.
I know. I'm trying to fix it. It's just
As you all approach the door, you see the door is sealed and it has a riddle inscribed on it.
What does this riddle say? If he didn't already post it in... never mind, he already posted it in... Grank is going to, like, hold up his hand and go, ooh, 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 ooh.
As you raise your hand, a stone ogre slides over like a little, hand-sized ogre, and he holds out a mechanical hand by his ear.
I'm going to be, is it life jacket?
You hear a loud and you see a black swirling mass appear on the ground behind you as a ogre is summoned behind you.
Does it have soul coins on it?
It does not.
Dang.
Anybody got any bright ideas before we roll for initiative?
My bright idea is to start... I'm going to bite its ankle.
Okay.
Armor.
The door opens, and beyond the door, there you see a helmet, a magical helmet. Whoever wants it can add the Helm of Aggro to your character sheet.
I am a shell for those who envy the tortoise.
no, he just said helm of some.
You said armor.
Helm of
Okay. What's that? Oh, I'm assuming it's something homebrew, so let me turn on.
Sorry, I got a phone call. What happened?
On the helm of...
Hold on. Theron correctly guessed that the answer to the riddle was armor, and upon answering correctly, the door opened, revealing a Helm of Aggro on the steps, which any of you can add to your inventory. There's still a ogre being summoned behind you, so you can fight it, or you can go to the stairs.
Yeah, Theron's going, well, no time to think about it now. And he he starts running, to the stair, up the stairs, snatching up the helm as he goes.
Grank has already bitten the ogre's ankle.
Grab the kobold.
I'll grab him and run.
I will not fight being picked up.
So as you leave its threat range after biting it in melee range, it tries to take its great club and slam you, but your friend is able to grab you and pull you away before its club comes crashing down on its head. The three of you get past the stairs, the door closes. Who wants to add the helmet to their inventory?
I'm looking at it right now.
But I
Would
was the
make
one that,
sense. What?
but
Go.
I was the one that picked it up, so I'll hold on to it for now. But I have no use for it.
Ugly helm. Disadvantage on persuasion and intimidation checks while wearing this helm.
It's a homebrew item, so you do have to tick that box before you can find it.
I'd say it would make sense if I take it because I have the most health, but I don't want a cursed
It just kind of looks like Grank's face.
item. Can we give it to Grank and just see no difference?
Grank will just Grank will just snatch it from Theron and just like plop it on his head.
So you're gonna plop the helm of aggro on his head?
I will plop it down on my head, yes.
I think Theron has to say yes and see.
Oh, yeah.
Going, jeez. The fact of the matter, well, whatever. Maybe it'll stop you from biting people.
Alright, attune to this item, for it is a cursed item. It gives you +1 to your armor class, and all creatures are compelled to attack you. And only you, not your friends.
You didn't take the thing that says that it needs that it requires attunement. So literally I can just equip it without being attuned to it.
Refresh your page.
He's fast, bro. Because I made my network now. I'm not lagging out right now, right?
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, okay, great. I think I fixed it. I just had to connect to my hotspot.
And your mic cut out.
Damn it! I'm just giving up on life at this.
Alright, does anyone have remove curse?
As of right now, my character does not.
Alright, as the three of you ascend the steps to the next level, all of you level up.
Shit.
So, do you want to end the session here after the level up, or do you want to continue?
Up to them. I'm down to.
I can keep going for about another hour.
It's all depending on our boy. There.
I can continue. It's only just 2 o'clock for me.
Okay, yeah, then we shall continue. Yeah.
Alright,
So I would like to quickly mention without the helm, I think my AC just went up. Yeah, my AC just went up by 2 without the helm. I get an ASI at level 8, and I increased my dexterity to 20 and my wisdom to 16. So my AC is now 19.
AC. Okay, wait, McDonald.
Grank is just like really good at dodging absolutely everything. Now, if only he could find an item that can make. Wait, no, his punches are already considered magical, right?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
believe it's a monk feature.
Yeah, key empowered strikes. Your unarmed strikes count as magical for the purpose of overcoming resistance and yeet. Also, I think my oh, so I killed 2 enemies, right?
I think so. Yeah.
You killed 3. You killed 3 by taking his
No,
points.
I only killed 2 because what's his name? Our lovely Slick Jack over here. He killed 1. So that means uh I would gain 22 temporary hit points from because the special way of long death, touch of death. When you reduce a creature within 5 feet of you to 0 hit points, you gain 11 temporary HP, which is my wisdom modifier plus my class level. So how's everyone else doing?
I'm doing good. I'm trying to figure out what new spell I should.
What level spells are you getting? It's 4th level spells, right?
Yep, I can only pick one.
What type of cleric are you again?
My character is a bard. He's a lore
Oh,
bard.
right. Sorry. Well, what 4th level spells can you get?
Compulsion, confusion, dimension door, freedom of movement, greater invisibility, hallucinatory terrain, polymorph, locate creature, and I think 1 second. No, that's it.
All right. So, personally, I would choose polymorph because I really like the spell, but it's however you want it.
All right. He might decide to go for polymorph because the fact that she says schizophrenic. For all he hasn't done a medicine check for that, but in case he can't get to the pills in time, he can always polymorph her into something harmless for a bit.
My go-to was always turtle.
Yeah, but turtles can snap at people.
Not if it's just like a common box turtle.
And his thought would be turning her into a kitten or a rabbit.
Yeah, but those are really fast.
That is true. Like, hmm. I'll have to get back to you on that.
I mean, like, don't get me wrong, that is a good idea though. So, I mean, you can always also use it as like a utility spell. Like you could something I did in a campaign where I had it was I transformed myself into an eagle to be a scout.
Nice. Like, I'd say that another one that would be good that I found be rather good would be the like, locate creature in case she goes missing. But yeah, this is putting it with me. This is kind of my jam. I love puzzles. I love riddles.
Okay, so you're greeted as you reach the 8th floor. You're greeted by a some sort of construct who appears to be on the phone. He puts his hand over the microphone and goes, "Good evening. We've been expecting you. Try not to break anything and enjoy your stay." And he waves your hands. And this floor is filled with life slots. You can spend 6 soul coins, and depending on the result, you have the potential to earn more soul coins.
Well, I have a question.
What's your question?
Sorry, I interrupted you, Theron. I want to know if can I use my lucky feet here?
Yes.
And I would be able to use my DM inspiration, right?
Yes.
Uh, Slingshot is down to roll to pay 6 soul coins since he just go.
I will do the same because Grank sees one person do it. He's like, "Ooh, 6."
All right. Anyone who wants to roll, delete 6 platinum pieces on your character sheet, and then roll 3d6.
Okay. Theron's taking a look at his coin pouch, still tightly fastened to his belt. And he then looks at the little girl, the teenage girl.
Using lucky to attempt to make the last one.
All right. Both Grank and Slickjack can reroll.
Damn it. Okay. Shit.
I
Can use another.
Why am I re-rolling?
Because
No, you want, you can use your DM and
No, I'm not using my DM inspiration.
okay.
He takes a look at his coins. And
Go ahead, go.
he takes a look at the teenage girl, saying, can ask her, how you doing, Charlotte?
She's going to smile, the feathers from her previous meal still stuck in her teeth.
Let me get that for you. He gingerly takes the feathers out of her mouth.
All right. She appears to have ordinary teeth, but for just a flickering moment, they become long and dagger-like. She immediately retracts them.
Okay, just gently. Please don't bite me. I'm just trying to help you out here. Okay. All right. Cleans the feathers out of her teeth. All right. So, can you speak?
She shakes her head.
All right. I'm gonna have to figure out something. That's something for you to say. Can you write? He mimes writing.
She nods, and she's going to bite her thumb and start smearing it on a piece of paper in a language you have never seen before.
Not even infernal.
Actually, let me double check what languages she speaks.
I'm just going to kind of walk over there after I didn't win anything in the slots, and just how tall is she?
She is 5 feet tall, and no, it is not infernal. You can make a history check to see if you recognize this language.
Is it in Draconic or Undercommon?
It is not. Grank, you recognize this language as Abyssal.
and I'll say, "Oh, you speak language of demon, not devil. Devil good, demon bad. But
Eh,
you are good." And she's like 3 feet taller than I am, so it's kind of hard for me to pat her on the head now.
It would be. You'd have to reach.
Theron's gonna see this going. 1 second. He gingerly lets go of Charlotte's hand, and he picks up Grank so he can do the pat on the head.
I pat on the head.
And head pat.
Did you wait for someone to do?
Yes, I was waiting for someone to head pat so I could post a picture of a head pat.
Okay, great. Glad to hear.
All right. So she appears to be full and relatively sedated at this particular moment.
Jack is gonna look at her and just like, don't do like what me and Greg just did. I'm
That is a really cute gif. What did you say, Slick?
was gonna advise her to not gamble like me and Greg.
When you mention gambling, she reaches into her pocket and pulls out a single soul coin.
Theron gently says, "No. It's okay. You don't have to spend anything. We'll make sure you get out."
She puts her one soul coin back into her otherwise empty pocket.
What? She has one?
Yep.
Theron shakes his coins. I shouldn't be doing this, but he fishes out four, and he hands them to the little girl.
She's going to look at them confused, and it appears she has no idea what these are or what they do.
Never mind. But see, the fact of the matter is, if you try and spend it, well, he's kind of have a hard time trying to explain it without freaking her out. He's doing this with he's trying to baby step around this. And he can't find the words. But there he goes. Says to Grank, I'll be right back. Keep an eye on her, would you please?
Grank just gives him a thumbs up, and he will take her hand and lead her off to the nearest source of food.
All right. Theron will go to one of the life slots, and he will deposit 6 coins.
All right, roll 3d6. Unlucky.
Yeah, you kind of figure. I goes, kind of figured. And he gets up and goes, "Oh, there goes 6 years of my life." He goes to find the girl.
As you're sniffing around for food, Mr. Kobold, you can smell raw meat, but it's coming from what appears to be the wall, and there's a large stone block, in like just very out of place in front of this wall.
I'm going to point towards the rock, look at her, and I'll say, "There's food behind."
You're pointing towards Charlotte?
No, I'm pointing at the rock. but I look to her and say that.
She rolls up her sleeves, walks over, and tries to push, and she gets absolutely nowhere. She's just pushing herself backwards.
I will help her.
All right, make an athletics check. With a +1 because she's helping.
Hell yeah, bro.
Well, I guess it's time to show the world what my strength modifier is.
Do I see their helpless attempt?
You do.
Little one, do you need?
Yes, please, there's food behind here.
Charlotte is going to get out of your way and look eagerly. So with the 17, you do this one-handed. It's a 5-foot by 5-foot stone block, which you just one-hand push. And as you do, make a dexterity saving throw as the ground opens up below you.
I get advantage since I'm not blinded or incapacitated. Oh, that was close.
You fall about 6 inches before you just sort of roll your body out of the trap. And you see inside the trap, there are like 3-foot-long spikes with a bunch of raw meat. And you realize that raw meat is people.
That the raw meat is what?
People.
People who attempted to do the same.
Grank is just going to look upset and just be like, "Aw, we can't eat meat."
I'm glad you didn't fail that little one. And
You were like 5 miles away from your mic there, bud.
oh yeah, I'm eating. He's gonna look at you and just like, oh, I'm glad you didn't push it that hard.
I'm just gonna stick my tongue out at him.
Okay.
Okay, Darren. He's gonna go. Let's go. Let's go, Charlotte. He hold out his hand for her to take.
She will grab your hand. The stone block will move back into place and the trapdoor will reset. So as you're walking around, you see more slots, and you see that there are other people who were on this floor before who are still kind of huddled around and panicking. And you can see there's one very small halfling at the table trying to get everyone's attention, but no one is paying him any attention.
I'm going to head over to where the halfling is, and I'm just going to roar as loud as I can, so they're all focusing on me. And then I'm just going to point at the halfling and say, "Listen, him."
I'm not going to make you roll for intimidation. Everyone is already scared, so when they hear him roar, they just instinctively shut the hell up. The halfling female at the table will go, "Thank you. If I could have everyone's attention, please. It appears that instead of cooperating and trying to survive this hellhole, we have a thief in our midst."
I'm going to literally start sniffing out this thief.
She is going to point at a dragonborn woman in the crowd and be like, "This is Vitisa, and someone stole from her. Someone stole a tome of legends from her, and she is willing to pay 22 soul coins for anyone who would return it. It's very important to her."
Grank is going to like go up to her. He is going to sniff her, get her scent, and then is going to start sniffing around, trying to smell for the tome.
All right, make a perception check. As you put your nose to the ground, you can easily smell this dragonborn woman, and you can trace her scent out of the room and into the nearest hotel room. The door that you are led to is locked.
Is locked?
Yes.
Well, has this door ever met a Mr. Fisty?
Roll for hit.
Oh, it's locked. Gently.
Alright, you effortlessly elbow rush the door off of its hinges, and you show another dragonborn with her back turned. She whips around, a book in hand. You're like, Jesus Christ!
I'm going to point at her and I'll say, "You stole book, give back."
It's mine! It belongs to me!
Oh yeah, where proof? And I'm going to do an insight check on her.
Absolutely.
And I do get advantage because of one of my items.
Alright. You're able to determine that she is lying about this being her book, and on top of that, you can just feel her radiating evil intentions.
I'm just going to look at her and I'm going to growl at her and I'll say, "Give book back now!"
You see this violent dragonborn, her eyes turn cold, and she just sort of growls at you, and you can see poison dripping from her mouth.
Well, she can see I'm probably like half rabbit at this point because of just like 20 years being raised by wolves. You know, really doesn't do much for a kobold. So he is just going to like, for the first time ever, he's going to pull out his quarterstaff and I'll say, "If you no give back book, Grant gon' hurt you."
You can see her breathe in and prepare some sort of poisonous breath. She sets the book down behind her and gets into a ready position.
Can I, before combat starts, can I shove my quarterstaff into her mouth?
You can certainly try. So you're trying to like get her to gag. Make a that's definitely acrobatics because you're trying to hit a specific point and stop her. And it's a randomly generated character, so let me pull up their stats. Okay, that's not good.
I mean, unless she can roll a nat 20.
It's just a formality at this point. That's not a bad roll, but no. Alright, as you plunge your quarterstaff into her throat, you can see she gags and swallows her own poison. She's resistant to it, but she's still taking half damage.
And as this happens to her, I'll say, "Now, give book."
And I need to have her roll a con save. Which she fails. See, what's half of 40?
Excuse me on that. Excuse me on those. The amount of those D12s.
Yep. So she fails her constitution save, and she poisons herself to death.
And I'll just be like, "Oh, that fine." And I'm going to pick up the book, but before I leave, I'm just going to look around the room to see if there isn't anything interesting.
Oh, sure. Make an investigation check.
Darren was just out holding the girl's hand, and he hears like,
You can hear a dragonborn woman just deep throating a quarterstaff, and you can hear her death throes as she collapses to the ground. Grank, with a 17 investigation, you find a suitcase, and when you unzip it, it is filled to the brim with books. They appear to be exclusively either diaries or books of legends and histories.
Do any of them look interesting to me?
Or edible.
Or edible? Yeah. No. Don't get me wrong. I'm looking for anything that's edible, interesting, or anything interesting that could lead me to being something edible.
There's one book that's made both the cover and its pages are made out of leather, and leather is technically edible, but it is not tasty. And you'll be shocked to know that this is a book of the history of leather.
Go ahead.
A lot of these books seem completely meaningless, but you do show a book that appears to be the history of gambling, which seems slightly relevant.
I'm going to keep that one. I'm going to put it in the Adventures magical disappearing void backpack that just like you can hold like so much stuff in, but it like never looks like you have anything on you. You know, that one. And then I'm going to take then I'm going to take the book that she stole back to the nice dragonborn lady.
All right. So the dragonborn woman is going to grab the book and be like, "Thank you. You have no idea what this means to me and my family." And she's going to hand over 22 soul coins, and you're going to see her age drastically before your eyes.
I will say thank you, but I will only take 11.
You're so kind. You're going to see some of the youth return to her face. And as she opens up her pocket, you see that she was going to give you all but one of those soul coins.
Yeah, no, that's what I figured would happen. Don't get me wrong. Grank expects payment, but he's not a dick.
Yeah, he's not a dick, he's a ball.
So you have this large group of people huddled around the tables trying to discuss what to do and how to make it out alive. This area seems to be a lot calmer than the previous one, but there were a lot fewer people on this floor.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Theron.
Theron, well, look at the girl, then look at the look around, going, well, so where's the door to the next floor?
The halfling will point and be like, "It's about 300 feet that way, but none of us can get to it. This whole place is a death trap. This is not the hotel we were staying at moments ago."
I'd like to let you all remember something. He said you have to participate. If you hide in this floor,
If we try to fight each other to the death for these stupid coins, what does that serve? I'd rather fight the gambler's beast any day.
well, you don't have to gamble, but you have to at least attempt to leave. So if
All
you
right.
reach higher levels, you have to follow.
Theron goes, oh, thank you for letting us know. And so it's a death trap, huh? All right. Slick.
Yeah.
Hey. We're gonna have you bring up the rear a bit. And he, could you please keep an eye on Charlotte for me? Grank.
Ruffles walks up, just eating a sausage.
Oh, good. Perfect timing. Okay. Yeah, Ruffles. You're on Charlotte duty. He points to the girl.
Yeah, Slingshot is just, I don't trust myself with her. Take this.
I look quizzingly at the child.
The child looks peacefully back at you, just stays and tilts her head like an owl.
You cut out that.
The child will will look at you and tilt her head like an owl.
Like a what? You keep cutting out the
Like an owl. W.
Sorry, just for some reason Zeno's mic keeps cutting off for me. Alright?
Yeah, it's because you have AIDS.
Like that expression.
Slingshot is gonna follow Theron because he's not gonna be on child duty. He's a horrible baby.
Grank will be on child duty.
All right. So are you going to talk to the group, or are you going to proceed forward?
Okay, actually, wait, Theron, as he's about to take a step, he goes, wait, he turns around going, all right, based off of what did you guys spot while you were heading on that way before you decided to turn around?
Well, beyond here, there used to be an indoor like trampoline and play park, a place to put the kids. But now it's all completely walled off. There's one hallway with a statue inside, and anyone who's gone anywhere near it has vanished.
Arcana check.
On the hallway?
No, actually, wait, history check, see if he's heard of something like this before.
Sure, go for it. You can think of so many examples that it overwhelms you and you don't know which example it is. But one thing you do know for certain is that statues have been used as decoys and like triggers for traps for as long as there have been traps. Whatever it is, you have 101 examples of how messing with the statue ends badly.
All right. All right, well, that's at least better than what we started off with. So maybe this will certainly help. But I do appreciate the information.
All right. So does everyone proceed to the hallway?
Well, actually, before he leaves, he decides to play a song for the crowd to ease the tension.
These people are desperate to get any kind of respite from their stress, so roll with advantage.
Can Grank horribly sing along?
Absolutely. So
Can I mimic Grank's horrible singing?
Sure.
He'll be doing the tail, a tail of the knuckle of E.
God damn it. So
would me mimicking it be deception or performance?
what are you trying to do?
I'm trying to mimic Grank's horrible singing.
That's performance.
Alright.
The disadvantage was because Grank is literally a horrible singer.
And plus the helmet.
No, the helmet
That's
does not affect performance.
Yeah. It just makes you want to punch that person in the face.
Okay, so Theron, as you start playing your instrument and try to relax the group, everyone immediately relaxes up until Grank and Ruffles start belting out this horrendous... It sounds like drunk Astromouth. It's horrible. They completely undercut any mood you were going for.
Heck yeah, baby.
Slick Jack is just gonna start going back towards the statue, just leaving this horrible.
I'm going to offer Charlotte a piggyback ride and then go with Slick.
Think she's as tall as you.
I can still do that.
Ruffles, as you try to pick up Charlotte, I'd like you to make an athletics check.
Because her tentacles, because she has a disease, come out at you and kill.
So, as you grab
does not
Charlotte
resist.
under the arms, which she does not resist at all, you attempt to pick her up, and it feels like she weighs a ton, and you cannot budge her.
Zeno, are you calling her fat?
No, she.
Boo!
Balling. Wow, Zeno. I'm disappointed.
Wow, what a tentacle
The
shape.
fem-
I'm going to go over to her, and I will just grab her hand and lead her the right.
Alright, she will grab your hand and follow you. And Ruffles, after, trying to pick her up and being unsuccessful, you're looking at the floor underneath her feet, and you see that she is leaving footprints in tile.
Alrighty then.
Stop fat shaming.
She looks like she's got the body type of someone who weighs less than 100 pounds. Yet when you touch her, she is far heavier than she has any right to be.
So she's dense, like a neutron star.
Basically, I guess.
What is this? Why are we using science? Can we please?
God, they're coming up to the statue. He's not going to touch it. So he takes out one of the candles from his pack and he tosses it at the statue.
All right. As you take out a candle and toss it, nothing happens. But you do see this statue. It appears to be a little girl holding 2 empty dishes.
On each of the dishes, I shall place 1 sausage.
I'd like you to make a sleight of hand check to place them evenly and of equal weight. Alright, with a 15, you're able to place a sausage on both plates at the same time, and you can see her shoulders sink down like an inch and click into place. And now that you're paying attention, you can see there's about 3 more clicks to go.
Okay, Theron goes, okay. Oh, looks like it's one of those. I take out 2 candles. And he's going to try and do the same thing that Ruffles did.
Alright, make a sleight of hand check to place them evenly and at the same time.
Don't fail this, bud, or else I'm gonna shank you.
Alright, click. They go down another level.
Anybody got 2 identical items? I mean, heck, I got 2 more candles if you guys need.
I pull out like 16 sausages.
I have 4 javelins. Give me bardic inspiration because I know.
He goes, all right, you can do this. You can do this, man. He pats you on the shoulder. Yeah, bardic inspiration.
I'm also going to give you a guidance. I guess you don't need it.
What's bardic inspiration?
Bardic inspiration allows you to. Well, yeah, you already know D8.
Yeah, no, because it gets higher with the level, so I was checking.
Heck, it starts off D6 and can do the effect of my level. It's a D8.
I'm going to pull out 2 rations and do it.
Theron will pat you on the shoulder. Go ahead, little guy.
I will also give you guidance.
So, yeah, bardic inspiration.
And also, 1d4 and a 1d8.
Okay, I'm guessing a 19 will pass that check.
So, as you initially place those two objects on the plates, they tilt slightly, and you can hear like rapid fire clicking and like the metal against metal scraping. But as your friends boost you with their magic, it evens out, the clicking stops, and you can hear metal sliding back against each other, slowly retreating. The statue is going to bring her arms together. The items will disappear, and she will slide out of your way. You are going to see stones start to shift. You can hear gears twisting, and the whole area around you moves, and you are in a different room without taking a foot forward.
Ruffles scratches his head and continues onward, searching for the stairs.
Your character has the girl.
I have the girl.
Oh,
We've got girl.
okay, but yeah. Theron, as he's walking, he gets a thought and he pulls out his costumes. One is that of a traveling minstrel. One is the fool. One is basically the fool, and the third is the jester from Darkest Dungeon.
Hell yeah.
And he's going, he gently taps Charlotte on the shoulder.
She's going to look up at you.
Which he holds up 3 costumes. Which one do you want?
What are the 3 costume options?
One is the jester from Darkest Dungeon. One is the fool, and the third will be a good one for this one. These 3 will be okay. I'm trying to figure out what would be the third one, but the fool and the jester from Darkest Dungeon. The third one will be the third one.
It could be the crazy dude from the Dark Brotherhood in Skyrim.
Sugar.
Cicero.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
So when I search Full Darkest Dungeon, this is what I get. And I can tell you outright, she's not okay with that outfit.
Okay,
no.
not
Like
one.
the full tarot card. The jester from Darkest Dungeon, and then the full tarot card, I'm pretty sure.
So you're talking about this Jester?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what was the third option?
The third one, I'm thinking of as usual bard outfit, which is basically a poofy frilly affair.
Oh, she's definitely going to take the poofy frilly affair.
It goes okay. So when we find a place to where you can have some privacy, you can put it on. Okay.
She nods and looks at the outfit excitedly.
Alrighty.
So since they're being nice to her, Jack is just gonna look at her like, "Would you like to babysit Badger for me?"
I'm sorry, you said you're going to transform into a badger?
No. I said she's gonna offer if she would like to babysit a raccoon.
The raccoon he got on the first floor.
Oh, yeah? Yeah, the raccoon is still there.
Yeah, I'm asking if she would like to babysit.
She looks at the raccoon with wide eyes and looks excited to cuddle it.
He's gonna grab it from his shoulder and
As you hold the raccoon closer to Charlotte, the raccoon freaks the fuck out and starts to growl and scratch. It panics like its life is in danger.
Wait. It might be a bad idea because we don't need him scratching her up, and maybe she end up doing something that would end up hurting it.
Well, I was gonna grab it away anyways. Then I'm not a child. Yeah, I grab him so he doesn't hurt the child.
So Grank thinks they're kind of being rather rude to Charlotte, so he's just gonna take her hand and lead her forward.
Hey, Theron was being polite. He was actually offering a costume for.
As she reaches to pet the raccoon, it pulls away from her and growls, and it tries to scratch at her hand. And she looks slightly angry, and you can see tentacles forming on her back.
Whoa. Theron goes, whoa. Easy. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Theron's basically trying to calm her down.
She looks like she's ready to tear that thing and like draw and quarter it.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. He's gently stroking her hand, trying to get her to calm down.
I'm going to hug her.
I'm gonna need you to make a persuasion check for that.
Me?
Ew.
If you're going to touch her while she is angry, I'm gonna need you to make some form of charisma check.
I will. I'm good at that shit.
I also have to because I'm hugging her.
And I'm giving her my back because I don't want to hurt Badger.
God damn it!
I'm going to use a. Well, yeah, I have to roll disadvantage on that anyway.
As he has his back turned, he's gonna yell, "Please don't!"
Yep. That seems about right. So the first one is the correct one for me.
Grank, as you go to give her a hug, you anger her. Like, she clearly does not want to be touched. So when your hand touches her, her tentacles spring out and try to grab you. I'd like you to make a strength save for me.
Um,
He's gonna.
okay, listen, friend. Could we make this a dexterity save instead?
I'm sorry, Arms of Hadar are strength saves.
Slickjack is gonna yell, "Please don't hurt him." Can I do a?
She grabs you and slams you to the ground, pinning you there with the force of her tentacles. You take 7 necrotic damage.
Charlotte, please let her. Please let him go. Please. He's gently trying to calm her down.
You can see her starting to get like really huffy and flustered and angry. Her teeth are sharpening. Slickjack, what are you doing with that persuasion check? How are you doing that?
I said it 5 times. I'm telling her to not hurt.
As you are able to convince her not to hurt Grank, and she lets him go, but those tentacles are still in the air, ready to fuck up whatever annoys her.
Come on. God, come on. Please calm down. God. Oh. He goes and pulls out one of the pills. God.
As you grab the pills,
What?
as you grab the pills, she uses the force of her tendrils to get as far away from you as possible, pinning herself up against the wall.
I'll just look at him and I'll be like, no, not right now. And instead, I'm going to just like very gently hold my hands up and I'll say, hey friend, we talk about, right? We talk about this, okay? And I'm just going to I'm going to very badly try and convince her just to calm down. Maybe like offer her a ration to eat.
You can certainly make a persuasion check.
which would be a disadvantage.
She is not convinced, and you see her open her mouth and charge up some eldritch energy in her mouth.
Theron, goes. He's he goes, thinks frantically, going, "Oh, I got an idea." He pulls out, he puts the pill away. He pulls out his lute, and he sings a lullaby, "Song of the Sea."
Ooh, make a performance check for me then. As you're playing your tune, your little lullaby, she starts to relax, and she kind of spent more energy than she realized while doing that freak out, and she falls asleep.
Okay.
I'm going to go catch her.
And you do so.
Strength
I would
check,
like you to
see
make
if
a
it falls.
strength saving throw as someone who weighs about a ton slams on top of you.
Can I go help him? No, don't need.
All right, with that 20, you're forced down to like in a squatting position. Her overwhelming weight like straining your lower back, but you are able to catch her before she demolishes herself on the stone tile floor and set her down gently.
Yeah, and after I set her down, I'm just going to sit next to her and just like hold her hand and try and keep her calm.
All right. So, as you guys finally calm down Charlotte, you can see there is a I closed out of it. You are in a empty marble tile room with a statue, which I will have to grab again because I lost it.
Big goof.
I don't know why it's not loading, but click on the link. This is the statue you see.
Sneak.
You already sent the picture of those statues.
He sure did.
Maybe if I upload it like this, it'll display. There we go.
Yay!
So you can see a statue of three naked people. They appear to be wrestling to the death with a massive anaconda.
Theron's gonna look around, see if he can find any inscription on it.
Make a investigation check. A DC 10. You can see that written in common at the base of the statue, it says, "We have all been trapped by the snake, and we have all feared the snake."
Huh. I look at this and then I point it out for the party.
Should I attack the snake with my great?
Sorry, what?
I'm asking the party if I should stick with my great sword.
I mean, if you want to swing at the statue with your greatsword, you certainly can. What does the party think?
Yeah, I'm asking them if I should do.
I don't think it would be the best idea.
Ruffles
I mean,
wags his finger at Slick and then presents him Big Boy. Using a mullet's much more effective than using a greatsword.
yeah, Theron does not think this is a good idea.
Can I do a history check on this statue?
Absolutely. You feel like you've seen this somewhere before, but you must have passed by it without giving it much attention.
Yeah, it was probably in those first 20 years of living with my wolf pack.
So you were raised by wolves.
Literally in my backstory.
I'm gonna Arcana this boy.
Sure. You don't detect any active magic, but you definitely sense something within the statue.
I point at the statue. This magic.
All right. Well, Theron's going to be pacing around it, trying to see if he's read up on any stories regarding this thing. So yeah, mind if I do a history check?
Go for it.
I do so as well.
Alright, I don't know how to pronounce this name, so I will just copy paste it.
All right. Maybe I can.
So, this statue depicts...
Laukunen's sons?
So, Lao Kun, that's what we're going with. Lao Kun and his two sons attempted to save their farm from a predator that was eating their goats, and they fought an anaconda trying to kill it, and they have been presumed dead for hundreds of years. And this statue looks like a photorealistic depiction of these three people. Like, uncannily so.
These boys definitely petrified.
Your character doesn't know this. He's just.
I know. I know. I'm just saying that.
Laocoon.
Laocoon.
Laocoon and Sons. Okay.
That sounds like a really weird band.
Theron says the name aloud. I think I've heard about this. I think something about a snake and these three fighting it off to save their goats. Oh. We all fight the snake. We all fear the snake. Well, Theron, he's gonna tempt fate here, and he's gonna try and locate the tail on the snake, the very, very end of the tail.
Since there's no immediate time constraint, I'm going to assume with the four of you actively looking, you can find the tail.
I will not look. I will keep her calm.
Jesus.
You actively tend to the unconscious Charlotte, who you know to be a liability, while everyone else messes with the statue.
Yeah. Theron is going to lightly tap the tail end of the snake. See if it elicits a reaction.
It does not elicit a reaction. As you touch it, it feels like solid marble.
Jack is gonna touch the man's.
Like they're
It's under a
why?
leaf.
So
There you go.
You're gonna tickle his balls
Yep.
or something?
Okay, Theron has an idea and goes, "Hey, Ruffles,
Hmm?
well, how it is that in order to kill a snake, you have to crush the head. I want you to do that."
Ruffles has a glint in his eyes. He does so willingly.
can I grab Ruffles' hand because I don't think this is a good idea.
Can certainly try.
What do I have to roll?
Yeah, if you're trying to grab Ruffles and Ruffles resist, that's a contested athletics check. It's C, not S.
Scheisse.
As you raise your maul, Slickjack grabs your wrist as you bend it behind your head, and he holds you firm.
Me?
Wait. No. He's gonna detect magic and see which school of magic.
Transmutation.
Transmutation. He's gonna
Alrighty.
tell. You don't know. He's gonna tell.
Theron goes,
Purely transmutation.
I'm still in the camp, but maybe we should actually cut off at least destroy the head of the snake, because if they fear the snake, what if they'd have no reason to fear it?
Destroy snake. Destroy snake.
Okay,
Well, I don't think using a weapon is the most thing here.
I got magic.
Grab the snake head with me and let's pull it. If we might attack them.
Ruffles nods furiously to go along with Slick.
So we're attempting to break the snake's head by pulling it.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, let's see where this goes. Roll athletics checks for me.
I'll guidance both of us.
Done.
$22. And we both have 20.
Alright, as the two of you pull on the snake's head, one of you pushing, the other one pulling, the marble starts to crack and break, and you can see live tissue beneath, the slithering scales of an anaconda. And as you tear off the head, you're pulling off a stone sheath that was covering its head. The snake whips its head around, exposed, and starts lashing out in all directions and trying to slither out of its stony cocoon.
Put on. He keeps saying that he put on as I want Slick to sheath the snake again. Pretty much.
I'm gonna require a sleight of hand check for you to slide that stony helmet back on its head.
Seems like Slick is doing a different approach.
Decapitating the snake.
Let me look. One moment.
Would it be with advantage since it's incapacitated and it's clearly can't.
Well, it's wiggling its head around. So probably advantage from it being stuck there, but disadvantage from its wiggling around. So just normal hitting.
Alright. You effortlessly hit the constrictor snake and you deal a substantial amount of damage, but it is not dead. It's still clinging to life by the vertebrae in its neck. I would like you to make a dexterity save as it lashes out and tries to bite you. You effortlessly dodge it as it goes for your hand, snapping its jaws right where your hand previously was.
I want to bop it on the head.
Alright, it's now slithered halfway out. You can go ahead and roll the hit.
I was about to put my javelin inside its mouth, and my actual javelin, not something.
All right, speed up. Oh wait, also that's not even the roll I need to. I mean that still hits, but technically I have a +9.
Let me have you re-roll with the correct modifier. Let me check its armor class. That is a miss.
Heck you, sausage attack.
All right, I'd like you to make a dex save as it lashes out at you, Ruffles.
Yeah, before
Okay.
rank, I actually meant javelin.
You're able to pull
Sure
your
you
hand away
did.
as it snaps at you. It is now completely out of the statue, slithering around.
I'm going to try to sausage whack it.
Okay.
Do I see it?
Yes, all of you can see the constrictor snake slithering across the ground. Grank, do you want to do
13.
something?
I'm going to walk up to it and I'm going to bash it over the head with my quarterstaff.
Go for it.
Do I hit it with my 13?
Well, you and Slick already rolled to hit, so it's Grank's turn.
Okay.
All right, Grank, you spin your quarterstaff in the air and smash its brains in with your quarterstaff. You can hear muffled screaming from within the statue.
Yeah, I was about to say let's try and destroy the stone without actually hurting the people.
Hey, can I use a python as kind of like a hammer and chisel thing?
A python definitely works as a chisel. Do any of you have a hammer?
I mean, I got a mace.
That works. I'd like you to make
I don't have.
I'd like you to make a sleight of hand check to carefully pick away at the stone without killing the people inside.
Got it.
Good idea.
Hey, can I get a bardic inspiration, please? If you have. Don't really want to kill these people.
God, Theron. He's currently going. Holy shit! I did it. I wanted you guys to actually just cut the damn thing. Destroy the head. It would have been killed before this even came out. He's currently just angrily berating you guys. He is not in the mood.
Theron, it died, okay? And last I checked, you did nothing about it. So we just got rid of the snake like you asked. So stop.
Oh no.
Is that a 12?
That's
What is that part?
12.
What was that?
Are you rolling for Bardic to give this Kenku cleric an edge?
My character is still angry, going, you know what? Go ahead. I bet you can't even do it. This is Bardic Inspiration. He's basically doing negative reinforcement. Well, he's doing reverse psychology here.
Go for it.
That's a bit better.
All right, you're able to masterfully chip away at the joints and around the face without harming the people inside. The man and his two sons break away with a convenient stone around their junk, so to, and they go, I've been trapped in that statue for 200 years. Thank you.
I asked, you hungry?
I'm starving.
I pass out my daily ration of sausage.
Yeah, Theron's gonna go over to Charlotte to see how she's doing.
She is still asleep, actually.
So, how did you get in that position?
Well, we were fighting this anaconda My boys and I were all throwing our slings and pelting it with rocks when there was this wave of green light that turned all of us to stone.
Is this a
Can I
Mr. Stone
roll?
reference? Dr. Stone reference?
Yeah, can I roll to see if I know what he's talking?
Sure.
What would I?
It'd be a history if you know the event he's talking about.
There. Like, Theron's just gonna go. Well, we're kind of stuck here for a bit until she wakes up. I don't think any of us could really carry her.
What do I
Me
know?
Slick Team Lift.
Alright, with an 18 history check, you have heard stories about a world not too dissimilar from the one you're from, that the entire population was turned to stone for 1700 years.
Oh my god, it is a Doctor Stone reference. By the way, animals were not affected, Zeno. Check your facts. Only the
Hopefully swallow.
birds. Yeah, you can't even weeb right, you loser.
Stop talking about anime and more talking about games.
Alright, so he's like, I can't offer you much. As you can clearly see, everything I own is gone. But I have been alive and awake the entire time, and I have heard things from beyond the room. In the next room there are rust monsters. Hundreds of them, ready to devour any metal equipment you have. But I have also heard that there is a magic item, a magic wand, beyond that room on a pedestal.
I have a question. Is my magical greatsword, does it still count as something they would?
No, it's non-magical.
It's a +1.
Yeah,
That's what
but
I'm
our
asking.
characters don't know it. So
Um,
Theron gets is thinking. So there's a magical wand in there, right?
That's correct. Also, you can make a nature check if you want to know if it'll target non-magical / magical weapons, like what its preference is. With a 24 nature check, you know that these creatures eat all forms of steel, regardless of whether they're magical or silvered.
Okay, Theron he scratches his chin, his chin. Going, I think I might have an idea. All right, so this might be a bit weird, but okay. He asks, let's call you let's call Balkun for now. But okay, so do they eat animals?
No, they exclusively eat metal.
I have an idea. All right, so he looks to Grank. How would you like to be a wolf for a bit?
But Grank is wolf.
No, Grank is kobold.
No, Grank is wolf.
He goes, fine, you're a wolf, polymorph.
And he's just gonna dart into the room.
Do your items transform with you, or did they stay in their normal form when you're polymorphed?
They transform with, basically merge with him, kind of like a wild shape.
yeah, it's wild shit. They get sucked into your body fat.
Sounds good to me. Alright, as you turn into a wolf, you enter the next room, and you can see there's a 30-foot drop with a 15-foot high pedestal, and it's just filled with these disgusting creatures.
I'ma just ignore all of them and go for the wand.
Alright, With no exposed metal, they do not target you, and you're able to get to the wand.
As I get up to the pedestal where the wand is, I'm just going to like lift my leg up and just like pee on the podium because Grank really had a pee.
Okay.
He's marking his territory.
I mean, I was literally raised by wolves, so
This is mine, and this is mine, and that's mine.
but I will eventually I will like kind of just like start sniffing around the area. Probably spent like 2 minutes just like sniffing the butt of one of the rust monsters, and after not really liking it, he's going to get the wand and just like very happy-go-lucky walk back.
While you're doing that, I'd like you to make a an investigation check at disadvantage.
I'm going to go. Should I? No, I don't think I. Yeah, I'm going to use my de-inspiration to make it a straight check.
All right. Never mind. You make it back to your party. You find nothing interesting except for the wand.
Wait, hold on. Is this relying on smell?
No.
Okay, I tried.
You return to the party, wand of the pangolin in hand. Once per short rest, you may summon a pangolin, and the link to that creature is in the chat.
Okay. Theron releases
I'm going-
the spell in.
No, before you do, I'm going to very sympathetically look at Theron and just like basically begging him not to turn me back. Just let the spell run its course.
He kind of needs the concentration in case for other stuff, so he releases it.
Grank is very upset, so he will keep the staff for himself.
The wand.
Whatever.
No, at least it's.
Whatever.
But hey, at least we managed to get something out of this, and I do appreciate the fact of telling us about that, because otherwise we would have blundered in there like a bunch of babs.
Of course. Well, me and my sons need to get somewhere safe. Is there anywhere safe in this place? I've never seen such a place before.
Well, if you don't touch the statue, you can. God, that has the two hands out and plates. There's a lobby. Yeah, you should be fine there.
All right, so they're going to walk past you, go past the empty hallway where you had previously passed that trap with the plates, and as they leave, the statue returns back into position, extends its plates, and the wall to access it moves over, cutting you off from the rest of the people.
Did either of them have soul coin pouches on them?
No, they appeared to be completely naked.
Yeah, Theron wasn't there, but well, the fact of the matter. Well, see if we can. I'll try and wake Charlotte up, see if she's ready to go. Theron gently shakes Charlotte on the shoulder.
She's going to wake up and look at you with her big, big blue eyes and just sort of smile, give you a little smile.
Hi, Charlotte. Ready to go?
She nods.
All right. He holds out his hand to help her up.
All right, she will gladly take your hand.
Okay. With that, Nick goes, well, we should have asked if there was another way through, but late now. Let's see if we can find any alternate routes that won't lead us to the rust monsters.
Rank will take Charlotte's lead her along.
So side by side. So so Theron is holding one hand and Grank is holding the other.
All right. So you grab both of her hands like she's a small child. You enter the room and you see this just sea of rust monsters crawling about at the bottom.
Yeah, let's not go. Let's see if we can find another alternative route. You know, the fact of the matter is, we managed to freeze them from the statue. Maybe there's something from their statue thing. Maybe there's a something like around or in that.
I mean, you can certainly make an investigation check.
He will.
I will keep Charlotte distracted while you do that.
Theron, you are moderately confident you found everything worth seeing in the room, but you just can't be 100% sure.
I don't know if I found everything. Anybody else want to give it a shot?
I tell him I might, but can someone give me a land?
I guidance you, and also aid.
Nope. That's a big nope from me. I'm just like too distracted by trying to entertain Charlotte.
So yeah, you got
found the rock.
advantage and also an extra 1d4.
Yes, one higher than Theron.
Yeah.
Slickjack, you're moderately confident you found everything worth finding in the room.
Okay, great. Very proud of myself.
Theron says, well, at least we take we tried. Theron gives one of the pieces of rubble a kick before heading back to Charlotte.
All right. So just to give you some context, this sort of pool of bugs, it's 30 feet deep, 30 feet wide, and 50 feet across. There is also a 15-foot ceiling above it, and the walls are polished marble.
Can I make a nature check to see if they can climb?
Go for it.
11.
Even with an 11, you're fairly confident that they cannot climb.
Is there a door on the other side?
There is, in fact, a door on the other side. In fact, it's an open door that leads to a staircase.
Theron looks at his he gets an idea. Hey, how many of you guys have a blanket?
Ruffles raises his hand.
Grank will like pull out this extremely, really battered looking blanket that looks only big enough for him to wear.
All right. All right. Theron pulls out his blanket and he pulls out and I think I have a dagger one real quick. I do. You can only levitate. You can't really move.
What?
You can push yourself.
Yeah, exactly. And he said the ceiling is pretty, so I can attempt and walk on the ceiling.
So with levitate, one creature or object that you see within range rises vertically up to 20 feet and remains suspended there for the duration. So you can move up to 500 pounds with that spell, actually.
Theron gets an idea. Okay, someone pull him back. I got an idea. He starts. He takes out his dagger and he starts cutting up his blanket into long strips, kind of like rope. and he says, "How about we make a rope and we have him tether it to the other side?"
You're slingshotting.
Uh,
I'd like you to make a sleight of hand check to tie or to craft a rope from the blanket that's even remotely sturdy.
I give him advantage by 10 to 8.
I give him guidance.
I keep Charlotte distracted.
You had advantage, bro. I'm helping.
Much better.
All right, you're
In
confident
case
that.
Lucky.
So it dawns on you that you can burn the edges of the fabric to fuse them together. So after tearing apart the blanket, you burn the edges slightly and create some relatively strong ropes with it. It's about 50 feet long.
All right, Theron holds up one end of the rope, one end of the makeshift rope for Slickjack. I'm going. Well, we'll push you across, and after that, you need to release the spell.
After they make the rope, I just go like, "Oh, you want rope?" And Grank just like pulls out 50 feet of hempen rope that he just happens to have.
Yeah, I also have 50 feet of rope.
Theron face palms. Why didn't you guys tell me this before I decided to ruin our blankets?
Ruffle just shrugs.
Because say you need rope.
Yeah, I could have said that.
You say blanket.
Charlotte is going to pat Theron on the head.
I give Slick one piton and I give Theron another so they can like plant it into the ground either side so they can tie the rope to something.
Yeah, Theron sighs and he pats Charlotte on the head back.
All right, so who is levitating across?
Slick is the
Jack.
only one that can because it's
Yeah.
on spell.
Okay, now hear me out. While he's levitating, would he be able to carry me across? Since I weigh, let me pull this up. Since I weigh 25 pounds.
The weight limit on this spell is actually up to 500 pounds.
Just airdrop us across.
Yeah, but the issue is I have to be able to carry all of you. Plus, Charlotte is, from what's been told to us, I'm pretty sure she's more than 500.
You're not sure exactly how heavy she is, but she's heavy as fuck. And she'd definitely be straining the limits of that levitation spell on her own.
Theron. Yeah, he sighs, like I said, patting Charlotte back on the head because he feels kind of doofy at this point. I can always get a new blanket.
As Charlotte leans over the edge of this pool of rust monsters, you see them get agitated and start pulling towards the edge that she's on. She kind of smiles at them, and then gets a little bit creeped out as they start climbing on top of each other, trying to get to her.
All right, back up. Please back up, Charlotte. We can't have that happen.
So you said that this thing is like 30 feet in diameter, right?
30 feet deep, 30 feet wide, 50 feet across.
Okay. Would it be like under 100 gold pieces to create like two or 3 feet wide, 30-foot long, like wooden plank?
That'll be 30, not 50.
Yeah. Plank. Big plank that can cross the thing. Would that cost less than 100 gold pieces?
The raw wood definitely would, but what are the limitations on the size of object you can create with this spell?
No limitation as long as it's under 100 gold pieces.
It's relatively safe to assume you can get that 100 gold pieces worth of wood would stretch that distance. I'll allow it.
All right, I channel
Yeah.
my divinity and create that big old plinky boy.
Now, as you create this plank of wood and throw it across, you feel it. It's a little bit rickety. It can definitely support the weight of a medium weight person, but it's just a little bit creakier than you would like for someone like Charlotte.
Yeah, she'd probably snap it with one step.
Does everyone walk across the plank?
I would say one at a time.
Yeah.
I think Rank goes first.
Meow.
Drank, you are extremely lightweight being a kobold. You effortlessly dash across with no issue.
Then Ruffles, then Theron, then
You want to be with Charlotte?
good point. Ruffles, then me, then
All right. Theron is actually trying to keep her from murder hoboing us all. So yeah.
does Ruffle pass across easily as well?
Yeah. All of you are able to pass freely one at a time across the wooden plank, but Charlotte is just, really, really heavy, and you have not tested whether or not it can support her weight.
So you said that there was like in the middle of it a 15-foot like high thing.
So,
Theron gets,
at floor level, there's another 15 feet up where the ceiling is.
Theron gets an idea.
Well, like there was a wand getting held there, right?
Yeah, you have the Wand of the Pangolin. You can summon a pangolin once per short
No,
rest.
like there was a pedestal that was holding it, right?
Yeah, there was a 15-foot tall, 5-foot square base pedestal holding the wand.
I would like to reinforce my bridge with creating like a stone little pillar, increasing the height to match up to where the bridge is that I created.
So, at the center of the bridge, like a support beam, you're going to create a pillar?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Theron has an idea. He looks over to the girl because I have a reach of 60 feet with this with polymorph. So he calls out to Charlotte, "How would you like to be a bird for a little bit?"
She smiles.
All right. Polymorph her into a owl.
All right. She transforms into an owl and gently perches on your shoulder.
Before I walk across,
Yes, you can feel that she weighs maybe 10 pounds as an owl.
alrighty. I can go across. Theron goes across, maybe a little bit faster because he doesn't know if the rust monster will still react to her.
So as you get about, as soon as you start crossing across the bridge, the rust monsters get very agitated, and you can see them trying to scramble up the stone pillar, climbing over each other, but they just can't pile on high enough to reach you. But you can see them drooling with hunger, eyeing her.
Theron. Okay, Theron's going to move a little bit faster because he does not. He's still uncomfortable about this. He doesn't want to be stay here longer than he wants. Yeah, he gets across.
I'd like everyone to make a perception check as he gets across. Alright, Grank, you see out of the corner of your eye a single rust monster, a very small one, smaller than the size of your hand, has managed to get up over the edge, and it is making a mad dash for Charlotte.
Who's currently still
Well,
an owl?
I'm going to make a mad dash for it.
I'm going to look at what Grank is going for, and I'm just going to look at.
I have 90 feet of movement when I dash.
And you're going to be running. You're going to be colliding into Theron because he's trying to get across as fast as he can.
Oh no, I'm just gonna like jump right over you.
Does Theron see this? See the rust monster?
Unless he is avoiding pointing it out, like if he's running towards it, you can all clearly see what he's running toward. And you can see that this is a rust monster, but it's small. It's not a medium-sized rust monster like you're used to.
Okay.
Wait. On a scale from 1 to 10, how cute is it?
Is negative an option?
Well, that's
About as
rude.
cute as a turd.
On a charisma level of 1 to 20,
Natural 1.
-2.
wow, so rude.
This thing is hideous and drooling, and it's trying to eat your friend for reasons you don't understand, because last you checked, she's not made out of metal.
No, she's definitely an iron golem.
So, as I start to get like within 10 feet of Theron, I'm just gonna like jump over him and just like keep sprinting for this rust monster.
You're easily able to catch up to the rust monster.
I'm going to whack it with my quarterstaff.
Go for it.
Whack!
An ordinary rust monster could have easily survived that strike, but being that it's one of the smaller ones, you squish it. You squish it beyond repair.
Squeeze.
And I'm
Nasty
going to dump its body back into the pit.
As you pick it up, you can feel that its hide feels metallic, and as you throw its dead body into the pot of its brothers, it gets cannibalized by its own kind.
Theron is across. All right. So Theron looks up to Charlotte. So how you doing? He gently strokes her.
Is she still in owl form, or are you releasing that?
She's still in owl form for right now because he's not going to release it with her on his shoulder.
Smart man.
Batista bomb.
All right. She will cheerfully flap her wings.
You know, that actually gives me a pretty good idea for a future character.
All right. Theron goes, okay, now the fact of the matter is I need you to get off my shoulder real quick. I have to turn you back into a little.
She will do so.
All right. He releases a spell after she gets off his shoulder and is on the.
All right. As she returns to normal, she appears to be fairly content, but her teeth are sharp, and she clashes them together, and they make a loud metallic sound.
That might have been the reason why she was why they were going after. All right.
That girl be a iron golem.
If that's true, then why does she have a soul coin?
Golem lives matter.
And why would she have arms of hate?
Magic. I mean, like, iron golems are really popular, like, assistants for mages. So, yeah, that or she's cursed. So
Your theory is falling apart as much when you talk about.
no, I'm smart. I got big brain.
Do any of you have metalworking in your backstory by chance?
No, my
Yes,
character's
very
interesting.
much.
No, like you've seen my backstory. It's literally yes, Grank, the one that was raised by wolves for 20 years. Then oh, Human found him. Oh no, Human almost died. Who helps? Oh, Devil. Okay, that's cool. So Grank gets Devil to heal Human. Now Human's better, but Grank has to do a thing, and the thing is apparently having to go through this casino.
Yeah, I already told. I have his backstory. Theron, he's just an entertainer uh, whose only real crime is having a dad who pissed off the wrong person.
Fair enough.
Air pirate. I'm just an air pirate, lads. That's how
Yeah,
it is.
Forge cleric. I'm pretty sure I have some pretty decent metal working in the background.
Oh, you're a forge cleric? Then yeah, you would definitely recognize that. Her teeth and possibly the rest of her bones, you believe are made out of adamantine.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah, like Theron goes, all right. He holds out his. Theron holds out his hand for her to take so that they continue on.
Alright, you all complete this particular level. You level up again. This is going much faster than I anticipated. And that is when where we are going to call it for today.
She's
All right.
Jackie Chan.
That is the perfect time for us to stop because your boy has to go eat dinner.
Yeah, I'm getting hungry myself, and I'm getting rather thirsty as well. So I'm gonna get something to drink. But I enjoyed this session, and can we say, Grank, that your character and my character essentially adopted a monster girl?
Yes, and it was not in a creepy way like Zalator did last time.
Yeah, totally.
No, I'm not joking. They're not being creepy.
Yeah.
Very happy.
Also, where is Zalatar? Just in general.
I
He hasn't
killed
been here for
him.
like the last 2-3 games. Alrighty then. But yeah, we got Jackie Chan, the monster girl with adamantite bones.
Nah, more of Jackie Chump.
You don't get my joke, so go to the gulag.
Hey, so Zeno, would we have enough time at one point to where I could start teaching Charlotte some monk stuff?
Um, time, yes. But we'll take care of that either on an in between session or at the start of next session.
Yeah, no, totally.
But yes, she does appear to be relatively intelligent, at least as smart as your average teenager, so she could definitely learn. And you are all
That's not
officially off the
very
air.
smart.